might want to get a shot of them.
Okay.
Good afternoon and welcome to Hill Stadium and Thornton Academy's 100th anniversary as a football program. And today is homecoming. Thornton faces Westbrook. And I feel very sorry for the Westbrook Blue Blazes today because with all the former greats of Thornton Academy in attendance with their jerseys on, as we stand here with ours on too, I know these young Trojans want to perform for the old-timers and for themselves, and Westbrook in the way, and a homecoming game. It should be a long afternoon for Westbrook.
You would think so, and interestingly enough, talking to one of the dads for the game, he said the Trojans are just a little bit on the nervous side. They know there's a lot of guys coming back to watch this game. They're on stage, and I think this afternoon, Jay, you're going to see them showcase their talents.
It's just so great to see so many of the former football players of Thornton Academy in attendance, and the names keep coming out. You can't mention them all, but they got their jerseys on as we do. Everyone proud to be a part of Thornton Academy this afternoon, and hopefully the team will make us proud as well. 4-0, undefeated. Certainly want to keep that winning thing going, moving to the end of the year rivalry with the Biddeford Tigers. Westbrook comes in 2-2. They played some good football this year. Their program's starting to come back. They have a big win over Deering last week, and they also have knocked off the Sanford Redskins. So they're looking pretty good at 2-2. They lost a 29-7 game to South Portland. They have a lot in the air attack. They'll look to throw it against Thornton Academy today. They have an outstanding receiver in Nate Murray, a good tight end in Pillsbury, and quarterback Anderson can really air the ball out. So Thornton will have to be good in the secondary this afternoon.
And that's their strength. You've heard us say that all year with the three seniors back there. And the reason Westbrook's going to have to throw the ball is since the return of Chris Tabor, teams have had lots of trouble running against Thornton Academy, especially up the middle. Tabor's been a force, as has the rest of the defense. If Westbrook is to succeed this afternoon, yes, Jay, they will have to air it out.
I think today that is going to be a big breakout party for Keith Cruddo. Cruddo has yet to have the huge ball game that we anticipate. We could expect to see some long punt returns, some big receptions, and I think this afternoon Keith Cruddo's passing game with Burgess should come forward.
Yeah, and that's because Thornton Academy has been running the ball so successfully. Westbrook's going to have to stop that first and foremost, and then with the speed of Crotto in the secondary, you know that will open things up for him, and he is very exciting to watch. We do expect a big game from him this afternoon.
All right, it's a beautiful afternoon, a bit breezy at Hill Stadium, but with all the people here and the great homecoming festivities, we expect to see big things from Thornton Academy. It's the 4-0 Trojans hosting the 2-2 Blazes when we come back.
Rapid race, a family tradition, serving food for Southern Maine. There's always smiles and conversation. The food is great and the service too. We got hot dogs, burgers, soda and fries, onion rings, lobster rolls, my oh my. A rapid race was simply the best.
A family-owned business has been serving Southern Maine for over 40 years and 3 generations. Rapid Race, Main Street, Pepperell Square, Saco.
Some things never change, like the great taste of Riley's Cakes. It's been a sweet tradition in Biddeford since 1910. You've enjoyed their sinfully delicious sweets. And if you haven't been to Riley's Bakery, you must be new to the area. Let me also tell you that breads, rolls, and biscuits are baked fresh daily. Homemade beans they make every Saturday, and they even deliver. The sweet tradition continues 3 generations strong at Riley's Bakery, 248 Main Street, Biddeford.
You know, I'm a hard worker. I've worked out in the woods, worked out on the farm, but now I make my living working out on the bay along the Maine coast. What my job now is to gather seafood for one of the best seafood restaurants you're going to find along the Maine coastline. That's Wormwood's by the breakwater. They open up nice and early at 11:30 in the morning, and they're open 7 days a week. Y'all have a good day now. Here?
Welcome back to Hill Stadium in Saco. Jay Harper and Marc Paquet getting set for homecoming 1993, celebrating 100 years of Trojan football, 1893 to the present 1993 team, and the Trojans getting set to take the field 4-0, facing 2-2 Westbrook, and the crowd is up and pumped for the team to enter Hill Stadium. And now let's see how the players react to the good, strong homecoming crowd. And as I said at the outset on our opening, Mark, I felt sorry for Westbrook because of all the things that they have to face. Not only do they have to face a heavily favored Thornton team, but they got to face a team that is going to play to a homecoming crowd, which is always special, and also to a team that knows that all the former great football players are here in attendance to watch these young Trojans, and here they come into Hill Stadium.
And if you don't think they're pumped and ready to play, then you best think again. These boys are fired up and ready to go.
And they are, and they have to be. We remember back, I think it was last season against Sanford. Yes, Sanford homecoming last year. They had a dismal homecoming performance, only winning 22-8. And through all this 100-year celebration, we've been editing old film clips. We put together a 100-year tape that I am just so proud of, and I know a lot of the alumni has had a chance to see that this morning. And recalling the homecoming for my senior year, how ballistic and nuts we went when we were getting ready to walk onto the field. It was just something that you just cannot express in mere words, the excitement and the adrenaline that flows through your body. And I'm hoping that this crowd, even though in the bigger, spacious Hill Stadium, will really help these young Trojans come out and really play themselves a strong football game.
And it's real important for the boys to also remember you have to have that controlled aggression, because sometimes when the adrenaline is running, you can be a little too fired up and not concentrating on what you need to do to get the execution done. So it's really a middle row thing. They certainly want to be pumped, but they also have to be concentrating on what their job is here this afternoon.
And as you said, the thing we had going for us a lot of times back in our old days, our homecoming game, we played a very good team. That year we played Sanford. They were one of the best in the States, and it helped us to beat a very good ball team. A lot of times they're playing lesser teams, and it's not as exciting, and the adrenaline doesn't work to your favor because you don't get so pumped up to beat somebody. So it's a little bit different, a little more difficult, and the Trojans, of course, are heavily favored today.
And of course, there isn't that parity, Jay, that we've seen in past seasons. There seems to be a clear-cut line between the 2 and 3 top teams in the Western A, and then everybody else just seems to be bunching up towards the end. Tough to find a strong opponent for homecoming this year, I'm afraid.
Yeah, because really, as we've been talked to by a lot of people, South Pole and Biddeford, the two teams of years past that presented a problem for Thornton. This year it seems to be South Pole and Biddeford that looms large in the schedule. And Thornton squeaking by South Pole in 14-13 2 weeks ago, their home opener at Hill Stadium, as the defense is announced for Thornton Academy. And as we talked about, Westbrook, they like to throw the ball, they can throw the ball, and it'll be a nice test for the Trojans linebackers and defensive line to see what kind of pressure they can come forth with to put some pass rush on Anderson. Because if you give that kid time, he's got some fine receivers in Murray, Pillsbury, and he also has Thomas coming out of the backfield and Leroy Adams, number 44. So he has some fine receivers. And I saw the game with South Portland, and Westbrook really moved the ball well against the South Portland defense. They just couldn't get it into the end zone, losing 29-7. And now the tri-captains for both squads come out to meet at midfield, Cruddo, Summer, and Tabor. And for the Blue Blazes, Anderson, number 11, 66 is Mike Carey, and 44, Leroy Adams, the tri-captains for the Westbrook Blue Blazes. Under their coach, Jim Colello. And Colello really has Westbrook back in things, 2-2, another 1 or 2 victories, and he's in the playoffs. And the wind is blowing hard, as you can hear in our microphones. It's blowing a odd direction today, straight across the field. So it's going to be a tough throw for both teams, as the wind is gusty, and it's not going left to right or right to left. It's coming straight across the field. So it'll be interesting to see how the passing games are affected today. And of course, the punting games will certainly be affected by this wind, and it'll cause problems for the punt returners.
As far as Westbrook, I know Coach Colello personally, and if the team follows the personality of their coach, they'll be a very hard-nosed physical football team that you'll see on the field here this afternoon, because Colello, a fine athlete in his own right, and a very hard-nosed type athlete at that.
Well, Thornton has used the declining of the toss. They won it, they deferred, and Westbrook will start with the football. The Trojans want the defense on the field first, and you gotta like to see that. And Rick Carey already had the shoe on, so I would assume he's kicking off, and I would assume that Coach Agresti told his team, no matter what, we want to kick the ball off to start this game. action around the league last night. South Portland crushing Cheverus. Good game in the first half. The second half, it was all South Portland as they went on to a 46 victory over the Stags. And Portland over Edward Little, 24-18. Biddeford all over Sanford, as we expected, 49-0. We'll now pause for our national anthem. You're watching Thornton Academy Football on CTV 30.
If you love Chinese food, and who doesn't, the Oriental Express is about to become your favorite restaurant. Newly opened on Route 1 in Saco, the Oriental Express has great Chinese food at very reasonable prices. Eat in their pleasant dining room and no tipping, or call up and take out from their pickup window. The Oriental Express is a place to satisfy your late-night munchies, open Friday and Saturday till 2 a.m. Combination plates always available, and check their weekly specials. From beef lo mein to cashew shrimp, your favorite dish from the Oriental Express. Don't go home without it.
Gas up at Rogers Service Center, and you may get your gas absolutely free. We'll have more on that in just a moment. But if you want courteous and professional service and always with a smile, that's what you'll get at Rogers Service Center.
Thanks, Rog. Round up, $22.50, free gas. Fine, thank you now.
When you fill up at Rogers Service Center, simply guess the amount within 10 cents, and you won't pay. It's free. Just over the Saco line on Route 1, 38 Elm Street, Biddeford, is where you can get free gas.
We offer light body work and painting at reasonable rates.
Yes, you can return bottles and cans at Saco Redemption without getting out of your car. Great for parents with children and the disabled. Yes, Saco Redemption does pickup for industries, retail and food service, and even home pickup over $30. Yes, Saco Redemption gives your organization 10% on bottle drives and will collect at your location or theirs. And yes, Saco Redemption has ongoing drives so you can contribute to your favorite local group anytime. What else? A weekly drawing for a free case of soda, t-shirt, or hat. Saco Redemption, your community-minded redemption center.
And we're just about set for Homecoming 1993. And a great crowd on hand for this one, and it's just wonderful to see all the maroon and gold down below and all the old football jerseys with the numbers and the names on the back, and so many great players passing through the halls of Thornton Academy back to relive the precious memories of playing football for the Golden Trojans. And of course back, well, not that long ago, they were just known as the Maroon and Gold of Thornton Academy, not the Thornton Academy Golden Trojans. And you look across the way at the old field, and we'll get a shot of that later on. It's just sad to see that field just setting there and knowing the intensity of a game on the other side of Main Street.
As we were marching in the parade, when we got to the gates at the old field, the 70s and 60s, we were about ready to bang a right down there, thinking that we were going to go on the old field, but they told us, no.
Oh, that's
Had
great.
to come here.
And the old barn, the new players, we used to meet before the game in the barn, and right there on this side of Main Street, and then at halftime you go over and the Gatorade and the pep talks from the coaching staff, and you had to stop traffic to enter the stadium to and from the beginning and at halftime. It was just marvelous memories over there, and certainly all the players that I've talked to that played here have enjoyed their playing days here as well. And Rick Carey gets us underway. Short kick, angling to the sideline. It's fielded over there by Murray. Murray picks it up at the 20, cuts back inside, looking for some room, and nowhere to go as he's buried at the 24-yard line.
Beautiful job. A lot of maroon and gold jerseys right there at the 22. And really a good move by Coach Agresti, probably figuring that his troops are going to be a little jittery, start off on defense, let the defense establish the tempo in this game.
Setting the offense for Westbrook, Aaron Dobson, the center, Mike Carey, Jeff Wilson, the guards, Eric Gray, Dan Pazantini, the tackles. At tight end, we talked about him, number 85, Noah Pillsbury, Anderson, the quarterback, Murray, the wideout, Jesse Dowling, and Phil Thomas in the I formation. 1st and 10 for the Blue Blazes. And now Adams comes out, split to the near side of the field. I formation in the backfield. They go to Thomas. Thomas hit hard right in the middle.
They're going to find that going very tough there this afternoon. You see two gentlemen lifting themselves off that pile, Greg Lamar and Chris Tabor, and both having great years. Lamar, everyone I've talked to, very impressed with the way he's playing as a sophomore. Of course, we missed his fumble recovery last week at the 3-yard line. He was the one that came up with that big recovery for the Trojans.
2nd down and a long 9. Nate Murray splits to the far side of the field. I formation, Pillsbury and Adams to the near. They go to their fullback, and Dowling gets nowhere.
believe that was Dave Nassy coming up from his linebacker spot, filling the gap once again.
And we expected to see Westbrook throw the football. So far, they come out conservative with 2 straight running plays, and they face a 3rd down and 9 now. And we'll see on this play the throwing arm of Kevin Anderson. Strong right formation in the backfield for the Blue Blazes. Now they split out. Adams and Pillsbury to the near side. Murray to the far. They go to the fullback. Now the option fumble, and the Trojans got it.
Jason Boudreau coming up with that one.
Now it's Rick Carey, 21, with a football. Rick Carey came up with the ball. Boudreau right there with him, and if you stayed in there long enough, it looked like Boudreau was holding the ball, but it was Rick Carey holding it up and handing it back to the official. And the Trojans get the quick turnover. They start with the ball 1st and 10 at the Westbrook 28-yard line. I formation, the pitch goes to Massey, breaks inside, big hole in the secondary, rumbling, bumbling, touchdown! Oh my!
You want quick offense? You got it. Right over the right side, over Tabor, Verrill, and Wilfart. Huge hole there. And of course, Massey accelerating as we've seen so often this season. Thornton Academy, 1 play, 6 points.
28-yard run by Kevin Massey. And he broke it back up the middle and just ran rampant through the Westbrook secondary. Rick Carey in for the extra point try. Credle the holder, good snap, it's down, the kick is up. And good through the left upright. And Thornton Academy exploding with 9:59 to play. First quarter, Thornton 7, Westbrook nothing. You're watching Trojan football on CTV 30.
Is there an important birthday, anniversary, or graduation in your future? Whether you're having a party for 5-year-olds or 40-year-olds, Party Castles is a place to go to get your party off the ground. From more than a rainbow tableware, to streamers, to personalized balloons, Party Castles has what you need. Party Castles does balloon deliveries, balloon decorating, and sculpting. And if you're getting married, see Janine for wedding decorations, printed wedding invitations and supplies, and rental of the wedding bell. If you've got something to celebrate, you've got to get to Party Castles.
If you live in York County and want local sports coverage, nobody does it better than the Journal Tribune. We do more local sports than anyone, and we do it better. The Journal Tribune is in your community every day with local sports stories. Stories about your family, your friends, your neighbors, and your favorite team. Local sports. Nobody does it better than the Journal Tribune. Call 282-1535 for home delivery of the Journal Tribune.
What's special about Copy It at 469 Elm Street, Biddeford? Copy It makes clear, regular-sized copies for only 5 cents each, with colors available at a little extra cost. Go to Copy It if you need spiral binding. Copy It is equipped to complete large orders quickly, have them collated and stapled. But Copy It can also make large copies, up to 36 inches wide, great for maps, posters, or blueprints. In fact, Copy It is one of the few places around that can produce blueprints from the original drawing. At Copy It, all this and friendly, helpful service, too.
And Jay, you want to talk about an optical illusion? I saw Jason Boudreau raise his hand and the football over it, but you have since explained to me that Carey was right behind him, holding the ball aloft. I guess it's time for some glasses up here.
Well, it was tough. Like you said, optical illusion. I stayed there with the play a little longer, and it was Carey that actually handed the ball back to the official. And Thornton Academy, a quick turnover, 1 play, a touchdown as Carey booms it away. Fielded again by Murray. He takes it at the 16-yard line. Coming up the middle by 1 player and down out to the 37-yard line. An excellent return for the senior Nate Murray. And Westbrook will try it again on their second series of the afternoon. 3 running plays, got them 1 yard and a fumble. And Anderson tried to run the option on that 3rd down and 9 play. And he was met by, I think, the defensive end for Thornton Academy on that far side of the field. And I'm not 100% sure. It could have been Jared Trudeau making the stick and causing the fumble. Westbrook starts 1st and 10, strong right formation. Now they'll split it out, move it around. Murray comes to the near. Pillsbury and Adams go to the far side. They hand off to their tailback. Quick burst up the middle and a gain of about 5. Yidomse in the tailback position that time, and he gets 5.5, almost 6 yards on first down, so an excellent pickup for the Blue Blazes.
Brought down by Chad Hidieris. That was a excellent pickup on first down.
Second and 4. Anderson brings them out. High formation, now movement, and we'll get flags. Not sure if Thornton was drawn off, but they certainly were the ones jumping. The official trying to pull a little bit of a fake on the fans on Thornton's side. He started to march it off against Westbrook, then turned around. He did the one-step shuffle. And offsides against Trojans will give Westbrook their first down of the contest. Thornton Academy leading 7-0. 8 minutes and 45 seconds to play, first quarter. Anderson sends Adams to the near side of the field. High formation, the tailback, Yadumse falls down. The passing play picked off. All kinds of room for Ryan Summer. He'll walk into the end zone. Touchdown.
And Josh DeSimone had dropped right down on the nose guard position from his linebacker spot. Got a good surge through that offensive line, put some pressure on the quarterback as well as 2 or 3 other Trojans, and right into the hands of Summer. When he caught that ball, nothing but green.
And a 55-yard return for Ryan Summer. And as we said at the outset, I felt a little sorry for Westbrook today. Thornton does not want to just come in and pummel a lesser team and run up the score, but when you're dealing with a homecoming and this type of crowd and the emotions and the adrenaline, these kids are going to play their hearts out, and this could be a very long afternoon. Carey again for the extra point try. Credle puts it down. Kick is up. No good. It sails to the left. We'll check the flags.
I don't believe the Thornton line was set on the left side on that, Jay.
So Rick Carey, if that stands up, I believe will miss his first extra point. Did he miss one last week? That could be his first miscue of the season. But Thornton Academy breaks on top, 13-0, 8:30 to play. It's homecoming, 1993. You're watching Thornton Academy High School football on CTV 30.
The wonderful furniture you dream to fill your home with is at Naughty Things Furniture, Route 1, Scarborough. The amazing comfort of Canadian glide rockers and summer waterbeds, the beauty of country and colonial styles in a variety of woods and upholsteries, charming decorative and accent pieces, all this and more. But if an item you seek isn't currently in either of their 2 showroom buildings, the friendly folks at Naughty Things will check among 120-plus named companies to find it. At Naughty Things, they always strive to offer reasonable prices. Now, with select items on sale, you really must visit Naughty Things.
My family's affiliation with the Stockholm Benefit Savings Bank goes back at least 100 years. My grandmother made deposits at the bank, including one for me when I was born. Our family has done business with the bank for over 4 generations. Why? Because Stockholm Benefit Savings Bank is a very human place. One is not a mere account number, but a person treated with respect and appreciation.
Back at Hill Stadium, J. Harper and Marc Paquet. And Rick Carey tees it up for the 3rd time on this very young afternoon. Another excellent kick. Fumbled in the back. Picked up over there by Chuck Trafton. And Trafton breaking through and gets hauled down at the 40-yard line. Nearly one of those bobbles where the pursuit overruns the kick.
How many times have we seen that?
Many times. And Westbrook will start with their 3rd offensive series. And if you know football at all, especially high school football, turnovers will absolutely destroy you. Westbrook's had the ball twice, and they've turned it over twice, and Thornton has used one play to score 13 points because the defense scores the 1 touchdown on the turnover there, and the last time, 1 running play. The offense has yet to see the field for Thornton Academy. 1 play for the Thornton Academy offense today. The pitch out goes to Yadomse, cuts back inside. He'll be tackled by Summer. Getting help over there by Knox and also Lamar. A good first down pickup by Yadomse. And yes, that pronunciation is correct. I did the Westbrook South Portland game course on All Sports 1440, and you look at his name right there, and Yadomse.
Yadomse.
And his first name is, even tougher. Some phone? You don't say, we don't say, but it's 2nd and 5 for the Blue Blazes. Flags come down.
Movement on the Blazes on that one.
It is a blustery afternoon high atop Hill Stadium, and the wind coming from a strange direction. As we were talking about, we said that the wind came from that way.
Oh, it's
west
north-south.
to east, and today it's coming from behind in a different direction, blowing across the field, and that moves back Westbrook, and now they look at a 2nd down and 10. The shift is on. Pillsbury and Adams go to the far. Nate Murray to the near. Murray's got sole coverage over here. They pitch it out to Yadomse. Cuts back inside, and he's hammered.
What a stick up there. Ryan Summer getting him up high. And I believe it was Josh DeSimone down low, or Rick Carey. Rick Carey down low. Great job by those two players.
The two seniors level Yadomse as he tried to turn it up. And that'll bring up a 3rd down and 12 now.
For some reason this afternoon, Jay, I don't want to seem to give Rick his due.
Be a little more patient. You're a little too pumped for this game, Mark. Westbrook comes out, strong right formation, waiting for the switch. Westbrook has yet to really use their air attack, although they have thrown one interception. Adams comes to the near side. Crutto has coverage with him. They fake it down and up, going deep down the sideline for Murray. Murray, almost a spectacular catch as Soroyce had coverage. And that'll bring up 4th down and punting situation for the Westbrook 11.
And that ball, when it first went up, looked like Soroyce was going to have a chance at the interception, especially with the wind blowing it and knocking it down, but somehow it kept going to the outside, and nearly a fantastic catch on the Westbrook side of the field.
Steve Daniels in to punt it away for Westbrook. Back to receive. Crutto, low kick, rolling through the field, and Crutto really wants to return it, but he has to stay away from it. He'll be down at the Thornton Academy 41-yard line, and that'll bring out the offense. And they got to be a little anxious. They've only had one play on the field. Of course, that turned into 6 points. A penalty against Westbrook, and we'll see what Thornton will do here. I would just
make him do it again, I think is what they...
I would just refuse it. Take the ball right there. Why not? Great field position. It appears they're going to make him punt it again. Well, the ball would have been spotted at the 41. So we'll see how this accepting the penalty works out for Thornton Academy if they do indeed get better field position. Daniels will tee it up again. Doyon back and takes a big roll. Crutto thinking about it, and just what I told you. And they mark him back 5 yards, and Westbrook picks up 6 yards on the extra punt. So right there, you got good field position. Take the football. So Thornton will start back at their own 34 now. 1st down and 10, and the Trojan offense comes out led by Andy Burgess. The junior sends Soroyce to the far side. Crutto comes to the near. Carey and Massey in the backfield. They go on the option. Burgess breaking outside, jumps over one man. Still on his feet, and he'll pick up 10 yards and very close to a Thornton Academy 1st down.
And Burgess did something interesting that time, faking to Carey and then following him right up the hole, using Carey as a blocker, kicking it to the outside. And yes, he did pick up the 1st down at the 45-yard line.
Doyen comes to the near side, Crutto to the far. Burgess again on the option. Burgess runs and picks up 5. I don't know how many times Rick Carey will let Burgess pull it out of his belly there. He's going to be a little anxious himself to get the football.
Good decision that time by Burgess. 2 Westbrook players hitting Carey just at the fake. And of course, Andy cutting it up inside for a nice gain of 5.
So Royce now splits to the near side of the field. Crutto goes to the far. 2nd and 5. The fake, the screen pass over to Crutto. He's got it, trying to dance inside. Great move inside. Back to the outside. He'll gain 7 yards on a nifty move.
Some real nifty moves there, and a nice job by Leroy Adams, linebacker for Westbrook, coming across the field. Actually was in the backfield, coming all the way across to catch up to Crotto and putting a big stick on him. That's something new we haven't seen thus far this season with Keith.
I anticipate a big game for Mr. Crotto, and we'll see if Thornton Academy will highlight him and feature him as one of the premier players this afternoon. 1st down and 10 for the Trojans, on the move, leading by 13. Massey breaking outside, a lot of room, cuts it back inside, he'll get 9.
And Rick Carey on this side of the field levels Fasulo, the defensive end, put him right on his back, and then Massey was able to cut it up inside. And once again, Thornton Academy doing a great job on the ground.
2nd and short for the Trojans. Carey and Massey remain in the I formation. Fake to Carey, firing out, and it's almost picked off over the middle. They were looking for the tight end, Wolfart.
And had Burgess been just a little more patient that time, Wolfart was breaking past the cornerback, Trafton. He could have lofted it over his head and let Wolfart run under it. Nearly picked off.
3rd down and 2 yards. Thornton comes in with a power football game, and Greg Lamar in the backfield, along with then a handoff to Carey, goes on that right side. He's hit hard, but he should have just enough for the 1st down. They use Lamar and also number 64, John Verrill, out of that strong right formation. Lamar the fullback, and Verrill becomes like the Z-back, and we've been talked and told about it all season long that they were going to use that at some point, and today on homecoming, it comes out.
425 pounds combined up in front of you, leading into that hole.
And a vicious runner of Rick Carey's style, punishing runner. You got to love it. Burgess fakes, he keeps the ball, and he's not going to get much as the Westbrook defense stands tall. Jesse Dowling. Fasulo also in there, and also Thomas as they make the stop for Westbrook. No gain on the play. It'll bring up 2nd down and 10. 3 minutes and 10 seconds remain, 1st quarter. Thornton Academy leading 13-0.
And the way they're keying up on that running game, you really have to feel that something would be open deep in the passing department.
I formation, Burgess to throw, firing out, but Doyon, it looks like Doyon's got it, and he'll have enough for a Thornton Academy 1st down as Christian Doyon makes a fine reception, breaking back inside.
And an excellent throw by Burgess, down low. Doyon, the only one that had the chance of catching that ball, and he got down low and was able to come up with it.
And the chains move, the ball now at the 19 of Westbrook. Drive started at Thornton Academy's 34-yard line. 3 receivers split to the right side. They pitch to Carey. Carey trying to, and he slips down and then gets an extra push. And you know, Rick doesn't like anything extra, because certainly he never does anything extra.
Oh, no, not. And you know, actually, that's not the fault of the Westbrook player there, because the official was very late on that whistle. Rick's knee went down. He stood up, signaling that he did touch a knee, and it was a few seconds until the official was on the whistle. And of course, you teach ball players, no whistle, you keep playing.
That brings up now a 2nd and 15, loss of 5 on the play. Doyon comes to the near side, Crutto to the far. They pitch it to Massey. Massey cuts quickly inside, back against the grain. Almost a repeat of the last play as he hauls defenders down to the 5-yard line.
Massey is just so quick, Jay, accelerating by that line of scrimmage. Unbelievable. And he cuts against the grain so well, so often. Thornton Academy, 1st down and goal.
20-yard gain for Kevin Massey, and Thornton comes out with a power backfield again. Verrill and Greg Lamar, the sophomore, in front of Rick Carey. Let's watch it. This is fun. They go to Carey. He goes off the right side, pounding, diving, and yes, touchdown. Give it up.
They're going to mark him short. Or are they going to? They will give it to him.
It's unbelievable. That official started to raise his hands, and then he's looking at the other official, and he's not raising them, so he's afraid to raise them, and then, yeah, they all look around for a few minutes, and then they raise them.
Well, normally on a touchdown, the hands will go up immediately, and where there was a good 5 to 8 second delay, I thought, oh, okay, they're going to spot him right at the inch line, but no. Carey finds his way through the end zone, and 19-0 here, still in the first quarter.
A minute 41 to play in the first quarter, and the great thing about a homecoming contest is when you do defeat the other team, Burgess rolling out, he's going to be sacked. And the ball comes free as Noah Pillsbury hammers down Andy Burgess. He had nowhere to go. But as you said, 19-0 with still a minute 41 to play. This allows everyone on the team, if it continues at this pace, to get in the game, make a contribution, play, and then you go to the homecoming dance. You feel a big part of the team, and you had some playing time out there, and hopefully some of these second teamers and JV players will get some touchdown runs today, and it really starts building to their football highlight at Thornton Academy.
And we've had a chance this season to see those second teamers and some real good football players in that second unit.
19-0 our score. You're watching Thornton Academy football on CTV 30. And at this point, I'd like to bring out the fact of the 100th anniversary and all the great players that came here. And there is a film now available, and you can get it through the alumni office that myself, along with Eric Purvis, edited, along with Tony Lamo, our producer, and help from Paul Mondor, a former Thornton Academy graduate. And it is an excellent film dating back to the 1893 season, and old footage and film clips through every decade and era. The ball loose on the field. This could be a recovery for the Trojans. It's there. The Trojans got it.
Nassie pounded on that ball. Westbrook, everybody just looking around. Nassie was hungry for that one, Jay, and he picks up a fumble recovery, at the 29, and the beat goes on.
Unreal. A squibbling kick by Rick Carey with the wind playing a big role in it. It spotted it dead in that 25 to 30 yard zone, and Westbrook a little slow at getting to it, and when Murray finally came in, he got popped and the ball stayed free, and Dave Nassie able to recover it for Thornton Academy. And he's had some big plays this year, and Thornton Academy right back in business. 19-0 still, a minute 39 to play in the first quarter. Trojans break the huddle. It's at 11 a.m. on 1440. We run down girls soccer players out there, call up. We highlight the outstanding play there. Burgess to throw, firing out, got Crudell out there and way overthrown. And Crudell with a burst of speed, but Burgess really aired that one out.
Crudell put on the burners, and he had his man beat by almost 10 yards. Burgess with a very strong arm, and of course aided by this strong wind here this afternoon.
The wind is starting to shift a little bit to right to left and almost at the back of Andy Burgess. That'll bring up a 2nd and 10, a ball at the 29. 3 turnovers now committed by the Westbrook Blue Blazes. And Thornton has capitalized on every one. Burgess on the option, going outside, and a nice stick out there by the cornerback, Yadomse. And he come up and hammers down Andy Burgess after a pickup of 7 yards.
Once again, a fine job by Burgess. He's really maturing, running that option, faking the carry and cutting it up inside that defensive end once again. And of course, 2-down territory here for the Trojans.
Crudell comes to the near side of the field. I formation in the backfield, 3rd and 3. Burgess to throw, looking out, fires off to the left side. He's got Soroyce. Soroyce will have 5 and a first down. So Thornton Academy really loosening up offensively today, showing many different tricks in their bag and using the passing game and also the power running of Greg Lamar and John Farrell in the backfield with Rick Carey running out of the tailback position. And that's resulted in 1 touchdown and a first down. And now 1st and 10 at the Westbrook 17. Burgess has him out. Goes to Carey up the middle. Rick Carey bumps into Farrell, his own man. Then he fights through the secondary, gets all the way down to the 3-yard line. It'll be 1st down and goal to go for Thornton Academy.
just unbelievably controlling that line of scrimmage. Both sides of the line.
And out comes Thornton Academy again with the power backfield. We got to come up with a name for that, Mark. You thought
This is called the hammer.
The hammer?
The hammer.
And a good Maine pronunciation of that. They go to carry. Right side, pushing, fighting. And it's going to be very close. They're going to stop them right at the goal line.
I do believe that is the name of this formation, though. It's hammer right or hammer left.
And if you want to be Mainer,
it's a hammer right.
There you go. And they also bring in Darryl Bryant, the big guy, 72, and now he comes back out, and Lamar comes back out as well, as they'll go to the old hockey backfield that we used to call it when McLeod and Karen were there. The carry on the left side, touchdown, Rick Carey. Number 2 on the afternoon. And Thornton Academy explodes to a 25-0 lead. And of course, if you saw the paper or went to the game, Keith Grenier of Biddeford exploding for 4 touchdowns last night, a punt return, and just a sensational afternoon. And if you start thinking about those Fitzy kids and who are favorites, Grenier certainly putting himself at the top of the list.
Well, you're talking about an exciting football player. Grenier certainly will fit that category quite nicely.
And Rick Carey puts the extra point up and through, and Thornton Academy 26-0 over the Westbrook Blue Blazes. It's homecoming 1993, and you're watching Trojan football on CTV 30.
When you need to buy or sell real estate, think of one of these professionals at Coldwell Banker Mariner Realty. Because we are dedicated to giving you the service that you need, and we guarantee it. Quality service is our trademark, because you really can expect the best from the home sellers across the street or across the nation. Coldwell Banker Mariner Realty, located at 224 Main Street in Saco, can help.
You like gourmet pizza? You're going to love this, and this, and this. Ocean Pizza, Camp Ellis, Saco, voted best in Biddeford, Saco, and open year-round with deliveries by land and sea. That's right. Ocean Pizza, 282-2525. Pam Given will win your vote with her Mexican Supreme. White Pizza, Breakfast Pizza, King Neptune loaded with lobster, subs, calzones, and salads. Ocean Pizza on the square, Camp Ellis, Saco. Drop in or call 282-2525 for delivery.
Welcome back to Hills Stadium. And a new kicker, Massey, booms it away. And fielding it at the 15-yard line. Again, for his second return is Chuck Trafton, and Trafton rambles out to the 35-yard line. And Thornton getting good kicking out of Rick Carey, and they opt to keep all the legs warmed up because of the fact they have had problems up until this week. And so far, excellent kicking by Thornton Academy, and that'll do it in the first quarter. Our score, the Thornton Academy Golden Trojans 26, the Westbrook Blue Blazes nothing. You're watching 100 Years of Football on CTV 30. We're back after this.
For 20 years, Action Security has been a local installer of security systems, known for 24-hour personal service. Now, for a limited time, Action Security can install a basic security system in your home or business for as low as $395. If the cost of security systems has seemed prohibitive, now is the time to call 282-7563. Action Security can also tailor to your exact needs an affordable multi-line phone system and extend 24-hour service to your telecommunication needs.
Welcome back to Hills Stadium. Jay Harper and Marc Paquet, class of 79 and 75, happily enjoying this Thornton Academy start to homecoming 93, and we certainly expected this, and we're wondering about Westbrook's play. Anderson to pass, firing out the flat, just overthrows his fullback Dowling. It'll be 2nd and 10, and you know, Westbrook, as we said, coming down to Hill Stadium, you got the homecoming crowd to begin with, and then you tack on 100 years of football, and every ex-football player that's still living in the area coming out for this one. Many wonderful names and people today marching in the parade, and we had the decades, the 30s, the 40s, the 50s, 60s, 70s, and 80s, and that the players would have to feel a part of this tradition and part of the excitement and know that they had to perform up to snuff today. 2nd and 10, Anderson on the draw. You know him, say, trying to break out, and he's hauled down. Knox got a piece of him, and then Rick Carey there to finish him off.
And obviously, being the 100th year, this is a very special day. You have to feel good for these fellas down in the field because they're a hard-working group, and it gives them the chance to show everybody that, yes, they're for real, and they are playing, and they're as good as everybody is saying they are.
At the beginning of the season, most everyone put Biddeford way up on a plateau, and then the rest of the league down below with Thornton in that tier and maybe South Portland. And now you look at it, I don't know, that tier isn't so far up. Thornton and Biddeford, to me, are neck and neck, and it's going to be one heck of a game come the end of October. 3rd and 11. Anderson dropping way back, looking for time, gets hit, held on to it, and then he airs it out. As Boudreaux had a wrap on him along with Trudeau, and Rick Carey flashed through there first. And no grounding on the play, and now Anderson's down on the field. And hate to see that for this young Westbrook team.
I believe it was Carey that got in there first, hit him. He was getting ready to set himself, and although Rick didn't come up with the tackle, he slowed him down long enough to allow the other Trojans to come in and finish up the job. And that's something else that we've liked what we've seen here the past few weeks from the Trojan defense, sending those quick linebackers in to put pressure in the face of the quarterback.
Anderson now getting up. He appears to be okay. He might have just taken a shot in the face as the pressure came by Carey. Carey looked like he slapped at the football trying to cause a fumble. And he'll be asked to leave the field for at least one play. And Daniels will get set to kick it away. Cruddo goes back by himself to receive. Thornton Academy may be coming after this one. Daniels. And now they send Thomas in motion. They do run a fake out of that. Quick kick gets out of there. Cruddo upfields it. He doesn't want to fair catch it. Coming to the right, the wall's there. One man to beat. He stays on his feet, trying to get back outside. And Westbrook with great coverage as they haul him down. Trafton, 22, along with Daniels, the punter, to make the tackle. And Thornton will set up 1st and 10 at their own 38-yard line as we start the second quarter. 10:54 to play still in the first half, and the Trojans exploding in that first quarter on 3 Westbrook turnovers and electrifying the home crowd. Cruddo in slot right formation. Massey also, and now Cruddo goes in motion. The pitch goes to Cruddo. Cruddo trying to get outside, and he's hammered down. Adams with a big stick, and a loss of 4 on the play. Certainly Coach Aggressy trying to use Keith Cruddo in the offense today as much as possible, which I anticipated Cruddo might have a big game, but so far Keith yet to really have anything big happen for him offensively.
On that play, Adams shooting the gap very nicely, catching up with Cruddo.
2nd and 14 as Cruddo comes to the near side of the field. Doyon to the far. I formation. Burgess the pass. Firing in the seat for Cruddo. There it is. He's at the 40, the 30, the 20, the 10, and touchdown, Keith Cruddo.
Cruddo starting on the near side of the field, running a slant. Burgess firing the ball to Keith. And once he broke into the secondary, do you think anybody had a chance of catching him? No chance at all, folks. 6 more on the board. With 10:05 to go, Thornton Academy has built their lead to 32-0.
A 66-yard touchdown strike with a loss of 4 in the previous play. 66 yards from Burgess to Cruddo, and that is what we were expecting to see from Cruddo. We were just talking about it, and boy, we couldn't have been any more correct than that one right there. Expecting big things as Carey lofts it up, and oh.
I'm glad it wasn't duck season, because
yeah, they might have got that one.
It's time to get out and get some new music. Hi, this is Bill O'Neill, owner of Bill O'Neill's House of Rock and Roll, Route 1 in Saco. For the past 5 years, we've been your local music store. No need to leave town to find the music you want. Great selection, good prices every day on CDs, tapes, and records. Be sure to check out our large selection of used CDs. We're open daily, 10 till 8, Sundays, noon to 5. Major credit cards accepted. Come in, Bill O'Neill's House of Rock and Roll, Route 1, Saco.
Vic and Wits, more than just delicious sandwiches, salads, and homemade soups. More than just a full Maine State Lottery service. More than just a great wine selection. More than a new line of Green Dragon gourmet coffees. Vic and Wits is a friendly face and easy conversation. Vic and Wits, your hometown sandwich shop and variety since 1972. You know where we are, Main Street, Saco.
Massey kicks it away again. It's fielded at the 20 by Adams. Adams blazing up the middle, stays on his feet, and gets it out over the 41-yard line. And it'll be 1st and 10 for Westbrook, trailing by 32. And again, with the homecoming, we can certainly try to recall as many names as we can today to highlight all the players. And whenever you do the film of the magnitude that we did, and you try to recapture 100 years, there's a lot of great players that get left off and don't have any mention. And we tried to bring up as many ex-players as we could to get as many names out as possible. And certainly, anyone's name that didn't get mentioned, I hope you don't feel slighted. It's just one of those things. You try to do something of that caliber.
Oh, there's been a lot of great football players at Thornton Academy, and to try and remember all the names, it's nearly impossible.
And, of course, the offensive players come out first, and then you remember some of the great linebackers. They come out second. And then there's safeties, and there's tight ends, and there's linemen, and they seem to always trail behind when you're recalling some of the fine players that have passed through Thornton Academy. 1st and 10 for Westbrook. I formation, Adams to the near. They go to the draw play to Thomas. And Phil Thomas, 5'4" and 135 pounds, tries to fight his way back through the middle. He'll pick up a half a yard, carrying DeSimone and Boudreaux in on the stop for the Trojans.
Boudreaux nearly getting to the quarterback before the halfback did, shooting the gap between guard and tackle on the near side of the field. And lots of Trojans in on that tackle. Very impressive defensively as well as obviously offensively here this afternoon.
2nd and 9. Trafton comes to the near side. Murray to the far. Pillsbury, the tight end, also to the near. He stays in the block. New quarterback in, firing deep downfield. Flag comes out. Credo picks it off, but I think there'll be pass interference against Thornton Academy. But let's watch Credo nonetheless. He's at the 40. Cutting back, one man to beat. He gets the block by Carey. Touchdown, Keith Credo. And we'll see if the flag's against the Trojans, and I believe it is.
Really unfortunate. Rick Carey made 2 outstanding plays on that. First, he busted in on a blitz, hit the quarterback as he was throwing the ball, and that's why the ball fluttered. And then he put a big-time block on Josh Hardy right down about the 15 that allowed Crowder to cross the end zone.
And the penalty is against the Trojans. And Ryan Summer over now talking with the official, trying to plead his case. Maybe it was called on him, and he's holding his jersey saying, yes, it was. Or maybe it was holding. Maybe it wasn't on him, but he's holding his jersey. He should be careful because we're going to think it was him. But I saw the flag come down in the secondary, and it was unfortunate because whoever held up the Westbrook receiver, it was still going to be overthrown by at least 5 yards, and Crudder was there for the interception. He didn't need to do that. Crudder was back in deep coverage playing like free safety. And Crudder with a 75-yard return on that one. And
thanks anyways, Keith, because that was electrifying.
Oh, yeah, it's on film, so we won't cut it out. So he can still, if you still put that in your own collection and just, don't fail to mention that the fact that a flag came out and it didn't count. 1st and 10 for Westbrook after the holding call against Thornton Academy. The fire out for Adams complete. Adams trying to go somewhere. Cruddo and company in on the stop. Kerry and also Boudreaux all out there making a quick recovery and the stop on Leroy Adams.
Crowder showing his quickness there, giving a cushion on the line of scrimmage, but the minute the ball was thrown, coming up and making a big hit, only allowing a 2-yard gain.
It's kind of funny. I predicted a big night for David Cahill last night of South Poland, the same type of receiver and punt returner that Keith Crutto is, and today I just felt Crutto was going to have a big day, and I said it at the outset, and that one coming back, but he's had 2 electrifying runs now, 1 counting, 1 not counting, and now movement on both sides, and 6 flags come flying out.
And that's going to come with patience for Keith, because obviously earlier in the year, the Trojans getting their ground game going with Massey and Carey, and now teams come in, they know they have to shut down those 2 fine runners to have any chance in the ball game, and so that's fine. Thornton Academy's motto there will be, we'll take what you give us, and obviously they can't shut everything down. And that may mean lots of big games coming up for Crotto the remainder of the year.
Penalty against Westbrook. They move them back 5. It's 2nd and 14. Thomas goes in motion. Westbrook firing out over the middle, looking for Pillsbury. And Crotto there for the stick as Pillsbury has it thrown just a little bit behind him. Sean Russell, the new quarterback, airing it out again as he avoids the interception on the penalty. And that time just missing, hooking up with his tight end, Noah Pillsbury. Boy, it feels nice when that wind dies down, and wouldn't it be nice if it would?
Sure would. And we have to take this time to thank Jeff Boudreau for building this crow's nest up here for us. Very secure. We have a safe feeling. Thanks a lot, Jeff, for your time and efforts.
And if we could just come up with another trade or some more monies to get more lumber, we can maybe enclose this and get the wind off our backs and in our microphones, and hopefully we can do that before next season anyway. Back to pass, firing out in the flat, and looks like a lineman 67. I don't know. The flag comes in. Yeah, throwing for a lineman, you can't do that. It'll be a flag as Aaron Dobson, the center, tried to make the catch on that one.
Well, I thought perhaps we had missed someone checking into the game, into the backfield. When you see that number, you don't see a 67 get a pass thrown in his direction too often.
Sean Russell looking for the screen and feeling a little pressure. And I don't know who the screen receiver was supposed to be, but he was nowhere around. It was just Russell, the center.
It looked like they had the screen set up on this side of the field with the back slipping out after the Thornton front line had gone through, and for some reason, the quarterback elected to go the other way.
Could be a loss of down on that play, as well as a penalty, and it is. So that'll bring up the big mark off and the loss of down, so Westbrook will have to punt it away again. Crotto goes back with Doyon, and 15-yard penalty. What a costly penalty. That seems too severe a penalty to me. The guy doesn't even catch the ball, but he did try to catch it. And just for trying to catch it, I mean, you're a lineman, the ball's coming near you. Your natural reaction is to do that. I could think a 5-yard penalty, but 15 yards? My goodness. Thomas in motion. Daniels to boom it away. It's a low kickoff. Doyon fields it. They hand off to Crotto. The wall's on the left side. Crotto trying to get back through the middle. A decent return as he gets it out to the 44-yard line. Daniels was able to penetrate the wall along with Trapton. And Thornton Academy will set up 1st and 10 at their own 44-yard line, leading 32-0 over the Westbrook Blue Blazes. Still 7:19 to play first half. Jay Harper and Marc Paquet with you. And glad you could be a part of this homecoming 1993 and celebrate 100 years of football for the Maroon and Gold. Burgess on the handoff to Carey. Carey dives through the middle, comes flying through the pile, and gains a quick 7 yards.
Looks like he had been shot through a slingshot the way he flew past there. Going right over Fisk and Harder on the left side.
Well, Mark, you were my guest this week on Harper Sports Talk along with Dave Carey, another former great for Thornton Academy. And as the pitch goes to Massey, trying to break inside, breaks a couple of tackles and stood up as Adams and company come in to throw some extra hits. And Westbrook a little overzealous there. They got to be careful. You don't say also in on the stop, but Dave was saying back in his years when Brad Leach played and Alan Hurst, and they had Tarbox the quarterback, and I believe somebody else also quarterback in that year. They used Tarbox as a junior and the senior quarterback, Spalding would quarterback too. That they had so many different weapons that any day it could be 2 touchdowns for him, 3 for him, 2 for him. And he said this year's team reminds him a little bit of that. Certainly this afternoon they're reminding us of that because you start to feel bad for a guy like Rick Carey, who's only getting a few times at running the football, you know, in Massey, because the offense is so diverse that they're only seeing the ball a couple times, you know, per possession. And this wind is almost ridiculous up here. We definitely need to enclose. So Jeff, we thanked you. Now we're going to work on getting some more lumber and getting this thing blocked in with some plywood so we can cut down on the wind. The roof is up third, but just get us walls. Just get us walls so we don't have to yell through our microphones with the wind.
You know, another name that we have to mention on that offense is Sorois as a receiver, a fine receiver. And if they start doubling up on Crotto, paying too much attention to him, Sorois is going to make him pay because he's very quick and he's got great hands. As you saw in that last pass, it was up over his head. He was able to reach up and grab it. Great pair of hands.
Taking a measurement on the near side of the field. And it is a first down for Thornton Academy. You didn't have a chance to see the Sports Talk Show this week. It'll have already been played when you hear me talking about it, but we might rerun it for next week. But Mark, yourself, and Dave, very distinguished guests, and an excellent show showing some highlights, and the 100-year highlight film will be available for sale in the alumni office, and it's just a great piece. Rick Carey, rumbling still on his feet and fighting out to the 40-yard line. An excellent pickup of 6 yards by the hard-nosed fullback.
Needless to say, this has been a great week, and right from the start last week when I saw you and Eric working on that film, my juices have been flowing ever since, and I've been looking forward to this afternoon.
It's just unbelievable to see yourself playing again and see the old players that you remember playing as a kid. Burgess keeps it, got some room on the outside, trying to run over one man. He does, down the sideline, one man to beat. He's at the 10, the 5, touchdown, Burgess. 40-yard blast.
Great effort by Burgess once again over on that left side, and we've got another penalty flag down, and I think I saw an indication of clipping against the Trojans. But a great job by Burgess, breaking the tackle at about the 30-yard line, and then turning on the afterburners, getting himself in the end zone, and that's going to be the second one called back here on the Trojans this afternoon.
Burgess exploding out the option, and he just outran number 60, Jeff Wilson. Wilson looked like he had an angle on him, but Burgess said, I don't think so. Unfortunately, another one coming back.
And the way this offense has been moving the ball this afternoon, you have to feel that now they're just delaying the obvious. They will get in the end zone. It's just going to take them a little bit longer now.
Are you going out on the limb and saying they will get in the end zone?
I do believe. That's what I just said.
Burgess on the pitch to Massey. Cutting it inside, and he gets hit. He'll be very close to a Thornton Academy first down. As that penalty occurred down the field, and they marked it off from the spot of the foul, so Thornton still looked at a very reasonable second down play, and now it'll be 3rd and 1 for the Trojans. Other big games today, Massabesic Marshwood. I'll be interested to see if the Mustangs are for real as they play a huge ball game with the Marshwood Hawks. Burgess fakes it, keeps it, cuts back inside. Does he do it this side? He'll get down to the 19.
And tight end Wilfart did a real nice job that time, staying with his block, lined up on the defensive end, pushed him to the inside, which sealed that outside, and this just kept his body in position, allowing Burgess to cut it up to the outside. Fine job by Wilfart.
Timeout call by the Westbrook Blue Blazes. 4:45 to play in the first half. Our score, Thornton Academy 32, Westbrook zip. You're watching Trojan football on CTV 30. Wagner's Market, 188 Lincoln Street, Saco is your neighborly variety store with all your daily needs in one quick stop. The biggest and best subs in town, ice cold beer and soda, pizza, a fine deli selection, megabucks tickets, and daily specials. All ready for you in seconds for a speedy takeout. If you want to eat in, Wagner's has plenty of space for that too. Wagner's is infamous for its gut bomb sandwich, big enough to bomb any TA opponent or to serve to the entire TA football team, who's hungry for wins and Wagner's. 188 Lincoln Street, Saco, sponsor of the gutsy player of the game.
A pane of glass, Sacco's own stained glass studio, located in Pepperell Square, has all the supplies you'll need if working with stained glass is your hobby. Or if you've always wanted to learn this craft, call now for information on the new Flex Time classes, which run continuously in 5-week sessions. It's easy to fit these variable time classes into virtually anyone's busy schedule. So in '93, resolve to express your creativity. Call Barbara at A Pane of Glass and register for classes today.
Welcome back. Andy Burgess, hand off to Rick Carey. Carey gets hammered in the middle. Number 56, Mac Penny on the stop. As Thornton Academy getting the first down. The ball now at the Westbrook 17, a 2nd and 9 for the Trojans. Doyon and Crutto go to the far side of the field. I formation with Carey and Massey in the backfield. They go to Massey. Big hole off that right side. And he gets down to 13-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and about 5 for Thornton Academy.
And on that play, John Verrill came down to the inside, and did he put a crunch on the man that he was blocking on. Knocked him on his back. Huge hole for Carey.
3rd and 5, Thornton in 4-down territory. Carey and Massey again in the eye. Burgess on the option. He's got room to the outside. Keeps it, gets hit hard. He still keeps fighting. Fights down to the 1-yard line. An excellent run by Andy Burgess. But something I just noticed on that play, he's running out of the option. He's being chased. He's got room to run, but he's also got Massey on the outside. He doesn't even look to Massey for the pitch. He pitches to Massey there. That's a touchdown, Kevin Massey.
Well, what that does for you, Massey, first of all, as you just said, a fine job in staying with his quarterback, keeping that distance. Now, if Burgess pitches to him, he now becomes a blocker, kicks out that cornerback. Massey gets into the end zone.
And the young junior quarterback did not even look that way. And he's got to check it out, use his peripheral vision and see where he is. And you got to use that pitch. That makes the option that much better. Carey trying to break it inside. He gets stopped at the goal line. It'll be 2nd down and goal to go. A great run by Andy Burgess. Not taking that away from the young man, but you got to use all your weapons in the offense. And if you're going to run the option, that pitch man's got to be used once in a while. Clock moves just under 3 minutes. It's 2nd and goal. Burgess has him in the eye. The pitch goes to Massey. Massey cuts inside. He'll pull his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Thornton Academy. And it's getting a little bit old here in the first half as Thornton Academy explodes. Now leading 38-0 over Westbrook. You can see some of the JV players now getting excited over on the sideline. They know they're going to be coming in probably by the midway through the 3rd quarter.
Well, let's see if Rick can get back on track with his foot here. He has been booming them all season long.
Crutto the holder. Good snap. Kick is up, and that one will clear the post. And Thornton Academy now leading 39-0 as they celebrate a very welcome homecoming 1993, and the Trojans looking to stay undefeated. And the band will certainly know this song by the end of the day.
Love fresh seafood? Of course you do. Then visit Twin Cities Seafood for fresh catches or cooked foods to go from their takeout window. Fresh shrimp, fish, clams, crab meat, and an excellent selection of live lobsters from Twin Cities Seafood's Lobster Pound is ready for you to catch. Twin Cities Seafood, just seconds across the bridge in Biddeford, or call 282-3525. There's always a fresh catch arriving.
It absolutely positively must be there overnight. Then positively you should go to mailboxes, etc., conveniently located at 2 Saco Island in Saco. For the executive who needs that important message delivered, a fax machine and copier are available. Custom packaging, gift wrapping, and gift buying, all from mailboxes, etc., conveniently located at 2 Saco Island in Saco.
We saw Biddeford jump out to a huge lead last night versus Sanford, and then not much scoring in the second half, and that could be the same case, but you don't know. Westbrook doesn't have a lot of depth, and if some of these younger players get on the field, there's some great JV players waiting to come up, and they could certainly still put up some points in the second half.
Well, I was discussing this with someone yesterday saying, you know, you look at the underclassmen on this varsity team, you look at their freshman squad, you look at what's going on at the junior high school. Thornton Academy football is alive and well, folks, and it's going to be around for a long time. The program is very strong, and you're going to see strong teams taking the field year in and year out.
I can't remember a down team. The 1989 team was 5-4, and that was one of the worst years we've had in quite some time. The kick fielded by Thomas at the 23, streaking up the right side. He gets hit and knocked down at the 39-yard line. Looks like Gooding and Nassy in on the stop for Thornton Academy. Two excellent special team players, 29 and 28. And Westbrook will start 1st and 10 at their own 39-yard line.
You've got Darryl Bryant entering the game for Chris Tabor on the inside of that Trojan defense.
Clouds now rolling in, and with the wind, it's cooling off considerably from the start of today's contest. High formation for the Blue Blazes. Russell still in at quarterback. He goes to his tailback, Thomas. Thomas breaks through the middle for a gain of 3.5, as he almost had a big hole up that middle. And already some substitutions taking place defensively as Christian Doyon now spells Jeremy Soroyce. Russell fakes it and a pitch out to Thomas. They call it a legal pitch. Thomas with a nice move, and he gets out over midfield for a first down. And Chad Hiddearis on the stop. Gets up a little slow, appears to be okay.
And that type of pitch we saw back when we were reviewing highlight films back of the 40s and 50s, a little underhand pitch. He had no choice on that because the 3 Trojans right there to nail him as soon as he got rid of the ball.
So Anderson, who went down early in the first quarter, has been unable to return. And it's Sean Russell, a sophomore QB. First down and 10. Trafton goes to the far side of the field. Daniels to the near. Russell to throw, got pressure. Fires it out the flat, and a chance for Ryan Summer to get another one, and he just missed TD number 2.
He timed that beautifully, and I'd like to have seen his eyes. They must have been as big as basketballs, because we thought up here, Jay, you and I, that he was going to come up with a pick and another 6. Just out of his reach.
He had a 52-yard return for a touchdown on the interception in the first quarter, and he almost had one in the second, and that would have been of 50 yards. 2nd and 10 for the Blue Blazes. Clock stopped with 1:24 to play in the first half. Russell dropping back again. Pressure coming in. The screen set up for Thomas. He can't make the catch. Thomas had a lot of room down the sideline. The screen was set up nicely.
Everything done very well. They did a great job of selling screen. Thornton Academy rushing through there in the line, but unable to hold on to the ball. And that was a nice soft pass to that halfback also. Things just not going the way of Westbrook here this afternoon, needless to say.
One more reminder before the first half ends, if you're watching this game, tune in to AM 1440, High School Sports Forum, 774-8293, the number, and call up, ask about this game, ask about the girls soccer program, all you girls soccer players. Ask me about anything. Ask me about the rivalry coming up with Thornton Biddeford. Thrown out and picked off. A great catch by Summer. He doesn't get a return on that one, but he gets a fine interception, number 2 on the afternoon, and he puts Thornton Academy back in business with 1:15 to play in the half. They'll take over at their own 36-yard line.
Nice grab. Good set of hands there.
You know, I'm beginning to look forward to my master's more frequent business trips and vacations. Since he's been sending me to Shepherd Kennel Resort, I feel right at home. I get to bring my favorite toys and bed and even my favorite special foods. I don't have to worry about grooming, clipping, bathing, or nail trimming. Shepherd Kennel Resort takes care of all that. And take a look at this place. So next time your master's heading out of town, tell him you want to stay at Shepherd Kennel Resort in Saco.
For more information, call Shepherd Kennel Resort at 284-6964.
You know as well as anyone, if not better, that choosing wallpaper for your home is a very personal decision. Debbie L'Italian and the friendly people at Biddeford Discount Wallpaper have the experience and the selection to help you make that decision. Why, they have one of the finest selections and the lowest prices in the area. So why not stop by today at Biddeford Discount Wallpaper and see why they're the experts in wall coverings and supplies.
Strictly Floorings has joined us. Come see Peter today.
And off to Carey. Looked like for a minute he had a big hole. It closed quickly as Barrel was trying to push his block to the right, and Carey cut back to the right the same way, and it closed. Gain of 3 on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 7. And you know Thornton Academy, in this situation, you would think they would just run the football and let the clock wind out mercifully for Westbrook in this first half. Guess what? They throw. Almost picked off as Russell had a chance at that one. Ball intended for Summer.
See, once again on that play, you'd almost think that Burgess would be better to give his receiver a chance to clear deep, because with that play action fake, the way the ground game has been going, everybody bites on that fake. They bite on the run. And the man with a full head of steam going out for that pass is able to get into that middle deep zone.
Yeah, rather than the zip pass, wait another 2.5 seconds and throw the loft type pass. Airing it out for Creno. The defender falls down. Creno's got it. And he'll walk into the end zone.
It would have been a foot race, but once that defender fell down, it was just a matter of Keith was going to be able to come up with the ball or not. And a real nice grab, almost over his shoulder.
60-yard reception, Burgess to Creno, and Creno's having the huge afternoon that we called for at the outset, and he continues to add to it. He has had 3 electrifying long touchdown runs, 1 called back, so officially now with 2. And the wind helped that ball too, because it looked like it was overthrown at first for a second, but the wind held it up long enough for Creno to run under it, made the fine over-the-shoulder catch, and then walked into the end zone. Carey's kick is up and good, just inside the left upright, and Thornton Academy has gone ahead 46-0, and we have 26 seconds to play in the first half. I thought Coach Gressy might just run the football there before the half and let it go to halftime at 39-0, because at 39-0, you're still very comfortably in the lead, and I don't think you have to worry about a second half comeback by Westbrook. But then again, you've got these players on the field, and they want to play football, and
it's hard to hold them back, Jay.
It really is. You know, you wonder, and sometimes you want coaches to be kind to other coaches, and you just don't know where that fine line is. Is it in the second half? Is it still legal because it's first half? I don't know, but Creno certainly needed to have a big game and wanted to have a big game, and he's doing that. And Burgess likes to air it out.
Perhaps you won't see the first unit in there in the second half, and he wanted to give him one more shot at the end zone.
Exactly. People will debate that one for a long time, and I'm not sure. Trafton on the return, and the ball comes free. I heard people yelling ball, and Thornton may have another one. Trafton got popped in the middle right at the 37. The ball is free, and yes, Thornton has yet another recovery. It's Gooding, 29, an excellent special team player, always around the football, and he comes out with the recovery, and Thornton Academy with 20 seconds left. And do you dare say now he'll just run it out, or will he air it out one more time?
No predictions. And a player like Gooding is the type of player that gets your team from a good team to a great team, because he can make things happen, turnovers, and in a big game, the turnovers, giveaway, takeaways, they mean a lot.
Keep it on the ground with Rick Carey, breaks it out to the outside. He's at the 20, the 30, cutting back across the grain, still finding room in the middle, and he gets 13 yards on the pickup, and he ran about 25 to do so. A nice run by Rick Carey. That ends the first half, and the crowd shows their appreciation for the fine efforts down below by the Thornton Academy 11, and the Golden Trojans have themselves a half. And I said it, we expected it. With this type of crowd, you knew the Trojans were going to come out pumped up. As they head into the locker room. And there goes number 11 with Coach Gagne. Keith Credo, 2 electrifying touchdown receptions. And he has Thornton Academy ahead 46-0. It's halftime. 100th year of football at Thornton Academy. We're going to take a pause. When we come back, some halftime talk. You're watching Homecoming 93, Thornton 46, Westbrook nothing. We're back after this.
We do it right for you.
The answer to drafty, hard-to-open windows?
I would suggest getting some vinyl replacement windows.
If they come to Maine Glass, they're going to get good quality products for competitive price, but most of all is the service. And we want the public to know that if they have problems and they deal with Maine Glass, we're here to take care of them. If they buy a product from us, we live up to everything that we say we'll do.
Newly remodeled and better able to serve you is Peach's Deli. You can still take out, but now you can eat in too. And while waiting, enjoy a video game or two or maybe a coffee. There are Italians, Syrians, calzones, salads, specialty pizzas, and subs made with the finest and freshest ingredients. And now, Peaches introduces the Peach Bomb, more than any one person can handle, and combo specials ranging from $3.99 to $5.99. No need to make a special trip to the supermarket when you've got Peach's Deli.
Welcome back to Hill Stadium. J. Harper and Marc Paquet with you. Our score, 46-0. Thornton Academy all over the Westbrook Blue Blazes. Just had a very exciting halftime festivities with all the old players from the different decades out on Hill Stadium's field. Mark, unfortunately, our duties kept us up here in the booth, and we have moved from our crow's nest down inside the booth to try to alleviate some of the severe wind we've been picking up in our microphones, and this is a lot more comfortable. Unfortunately, that first half with all the highlights, there may be some wind in there and the play calling not so clear, but certainly some outstanding plays in that first half. And when you think about the play, again, the big turnovers, Westbrook committing 3, and the interception by Ryan Summer, a couple of fumble recoveries, one by Rick Carey, the other one by Dave Nassie, set up Thornton Academy's 3 quick touchdowns there. And the Trojans just doing it on the ground, in the air, 2 big, long passes from Andy Burgess to Keith Credo, one of 60, one of 66 yards, so they've combined for over 100 yards today. And then outstanding run from Burgess. One of those was also called back, but the touchdowns are evenly divided amongst Thornton Academy. Some fine runs and outstanding touchdowns. Carey picked up a couple, Credo 2, Massey 1, and I believe Burgess also with 1. So Thornton Academy's scoring in that first half as the Trojans now come on to Hill Stadium in a much more relaxed atmosphere. And I wonder what kind of Trojan team we'll see in the second half, whether they'll be able to keep the intensity and play some good football. You know the underclassmen will now play in this second half. And what do you expect in this second portion of the contest?
Well, when the second teamers get in, you certainly believe that they're going to be extremely hungry to prove themselves. They work very hard all week and just hope for a chance to be able to get into the ball game. And certainly this afternoon, not only will they get in, but they'll get lots of playing time in front of this big homecoming crowd. And I think you're going to see a lot more of the same here from the Trojans. Possibly more running. They really were airing the ball out more than we've seen them thus far this season in the first half. And you will see, those of you that have not had the pleasure of watching Thornton Academy football yet this year, you'll see some great running backs coming in here with the second and third teams.
Thornton Academy gets set to receive the second half kickoff. They deferred the opening kick, wanted to go on defense, and obviously a fine choice by Coach Agressi as the Trojans come out and stick Westbrook 2 consecutive plays, and on third down they cause a fumble, and after the fumble, a quick 25-yard run on the very first offensive play for Thornton Academy by Kevin Massey, and the Trojans went on top 6-0. Rick Carey putting the kick up through the uprights, making it 7-0. And then Ryan Summer with a 52-yard interception return for a touchdown. The kick failed. It was 13-0. And from then on, it was an onslaught. Rick Carey having a 6-yard run for a touchdown and a 1-yard run. And then Credo on a 66-yard pass from Burgess. And we start things off with Kevin Massey fielding it at the 22. Breaks off the left side and fights out just over the 40-yard line. Credo on the 66-yard touchdown pass from Burgess. And at that point, Thornton Academy led 32-0. And then Kevin Massey, a 1-yard run. And then the last one right before the half, a 60-yard pass from Burgess to Credo, a beautifully lofted out pass. And Thornton Academy led 46-0 at the end of the first half. As we start the second half, Burgess at quarterback stays on the option, breaks it outside. If he can get a block, cuts back inside, still on his feet, and he gets down to the 39-yard line of Westbrook, a 20-yard pickup for junior quarterback Andy Burgess.
10 yards down the field, Keith Credo, nice job on a shadow block, blocking out that corner, kicking him to the outside, and a nice first down pickup here for the Trojans. And Burgess having a fine game running thus far.
Doyon comes to the near side, Credo to the far, just underway in the second half. Handoff to the fullback, Rick Carey. He fights for 3. Brought down on the play by Mac Penny, number 56. So Thornton starts with their first offense still on the field. They'll get 1, maybe 2 possessions at tops, and then you will see the changing of the guards, no question about it. Thornton Academy leading 46-0. So Royce to the near, Credo to the far. The pitch goes to Massey, sweeping left. Cuts it back inside, again back towards the middle, and he'll dive forward for very close to another Thornton Academy first down. He should have it. They'll spot him at the 28-yard line, enough for the chains to move one more time as we start the second half.
Not much has changed here, Jay. Just more of the same. Thornton Academy up front doing the job on both sides of the line and blowing open some huge holes.
Westbrook brings up 9 defenders across the line. They go up the middle with Rick Carey. He twists and turns for a gain of 3. It'll be 2nd and 7 for Thornton Academy.
And everyone right now somewhat subdued with all the excitement going on in the first half. You look up at the scoreboard and that 46-0 score. The Trojans here are going to have their work cut out for them if they're going to get this crowd excited once again.
Well, how does the Nebraska faithful do it? They do this routinely against the Patsies they play in their league. Complete to Sorois. Sorois gets it down to the 11-yard line. Enough for another first down for Thornton Academy. It'll be just short of the 10, so it'll be first down and 10 from the 11. They could pick up a first down before scoring.
And once again, a very disciplined route run by Sorois, drives his man down the field and comes back for the ball, picking up another first down for the Trojans.
Doyon comes to the near side, Credo to the far, I formation in the backfield. Carey gets the handoff up the middle. He fights down as Jesse Dowling does a great job in the middle, and making the tackle. Also in there on the stop for Westbrook is number 47, Mike Davis. Dowling getting blocked and still staying in the middle and fighting to make the stop. And again, a 3-yard pickup for Rick Carey, 3 consecutive 3-yard gains on first down. And Thornton now with a 2nd and 7 at Westbrook's 7-yard line. Credo to the near, Sorois to the far side, and Credo jumping off sides on the outside. So that'll move Thornton back 5 yards. And one of the few mistakes Keith Credo has made this afternoon.
A little anxious that time by Keith. And Carey, receiving that ball, had lots of running room on the right side. And once again, you would expect them to get in the end zone because Thornton Academy has not been stopped here thus far this afternoon.
That's a scary point you bring up because Thornton has not punted the ball today. It's 2nd and 11 now as they move him back 5. Summer goes in motion. They fake it. The firing pass for Massey partially tipped over the middle. And a great looking play there.
And Massey was open, breaking right down the middle of the field. And very fortunately for the Blazers, someone able to tip that ball at the line of scrimmage. You have to be impressed with Burgess, the way he throws the football. Very strong arm, zips the ball in there. Has looked really great thus far this season.
Credo comes to the near side. Massey goes in motion. Burgess on a bootleg to the outside. He's going to keep it. He'll get down to the 6-yard line, and it'll be 4th down and 3.5. We'll call it 4 for Thornton Academy. They can get a first down if they get just past the 1-yard line. Burgess that time, again, motion going in all kinds of directions, almost a naked bootleg as they sent the motion back to the near side, and he kept it to the outside of the field. 4th and 4 now for Thornton Academy, and maybe the first time Westbrook comes up with a stop. Credo comes to the near side of the field. Royce to the far, I formation. And now we have a equipment timeout as the referee comes in and attends Andy Burgess's shirt and shoulder pads.
Watch for Credo with the slant.
Credo out there, sole coverage. Russell has him. They give it to Rick Carey. Carey busting in, touchdown. 5 yards out, Rick Carey. And a good call on 4th down as everyone was anticipating a pass play. They just went with a straight slant off that right side. And Thornton Academy now into the 50s as they go on top, 52-0.
Once again, a fine job by Verrill and Tabor, as well as Peralt playing center. And no matter where they've gone this season, right side or left, the line has done a great job.
Carey with a kick. It sputters, but it appears it's just short into the left.
There's got to be something going on with the wind, because the way Rick's lining that ball up, he seems to be swinging his leg through plenty strong, but the ball doesn't appear to be going anywhere on this side of the field.
So Carey misses his 3rd of the afternoon. He's kicked 3 and missed 3. A very busy man today. And Thornton Academy leads 52-0, 8:17 to play in the 3rd quarter.
This fall's new and exciting hairstyles are being created today at His and Hers Hairstylists in Saco. Their large and talented staff of professional hairstylists are trained in all of the latest techniques. And with today's hectic schedules, they know not everyone can make an appointment, so walk-ins are welcome even on Mondays. Their variety of services, their location makes His and Hers Hairstylists the logical choice.
Honey, can we really afford to go out for dinner tonight?
Well, the work the car needed wasn't as costly as I expected. I was even able to get the oil changed and the car inspected. Even if we need major engine work, Ralph's can take care of that too. Isn't it great to get full service at self-service prices?
That means we'll be able to go out more often, right?
Ralph's Auto Service is located at halfway in Old Orchard Beach. Heating oil, K1, also available at Ralph's.
Daddy's the best mechanic in the world. And want in. He'll treat you right.
Academy all over the Westbrook Blue Blazes. Just had a very exciting halftime festivities with all the old players from the different decades out on Hill Stadium's field. Mark, unfortunately, our duties kept us up here in the booth, and we have moved from our crow's nest down inside the booth to try to alleviate some of the severe wind we've been picking up in our microphones, and this is a lot more comfortable. Unfortunately, that first half with all the highlights, there may be some wind in there and the play calling not so clear, but certainly some outstanding plays in that first half. And when you think about the play, again, the big turnovers, Westbrook committing 3, and the interception by Ryan Summer, a couple of fumble recoveries, one by Rick Carey, the other one by Dave Nassie, set up Thornton Academy's 3 quick touchdowns there. And the Trojans just doing it on the ground, in the air, 2 big long passes from Andy Burgess to Keith Credo, one of 60, one of 66 yards, so they've combined for over 100 yards today. And then outstanding run from Burgess. One of those was also called back, but the touchdowns are evenly divided amongst Thornton Academy. Some fine runs and outstanding touchdowns. Carey picked up a couple, Credo 2, Massey 1, and I believe Burgess also with 1. So Thornton Academy's scoring in that first half as the Trojans now come on to Hill Stadium in a much more relaxed atmosphere. And I wonder what kind of Trojan team we'll see in the second half, whether they'll be able to keep the intensity and play some good football. You know the underclassmen will now play in this second half, and what do you expect in this second portion of the contest?
Well, when the second teamers get in, you certainly believe that they're going to be extremely hungry to prove themselves. They work very hard all week and just hope for a chance to be able to get into the ball game. And certainly this afternoon, not only will they get in, but they'll get lots of playing time in front of this big homecoming crowd. And I think you're going to see a lot more of the same here from the Trojans. Possibly more running. They really were airing the ball out more than we've seen them thus far this season in the first half. And you will see, those of you that have not had the pleasure of watching Thornton Academy football yet this year, you'll see some great running backs coming in here with the second and third teams.
There it is. We're going to have to edit that portion right here. received the second half kickoff. They deferred the opening kick, wanted to go on defense, and obviously a fine choice by Coach Agresti as the Trojans come out and stick Westbrook 2 consecutive plays, and on third down they cause a fumble, and after the fumble, a quick 25-yard run on the very first offensive play for Thornton Academy by Kevin Massey, and the Trojans went on top 6-0. Rick Carey putting the kick up through the uprights, making it 7-0. And then Ryan Summer with a 52-yard interception return for a touchdown. The kick failed. It was 13-0. And from then on, it was an onslaught. Rick Carey having a 6-yard run for a touchdown and a 1-yard run. And then Credo on a 66-yard pass from Burgess. And we start things off with Kevin Massey fielding it at the 22. Breaks off the left side and fights out just over the 40-yard line. Credo on the 66-yard touchdown pass from Burgess. And at that point, Thornton Academy led 32-0, and then Kevin Massey a 1-yard run. And then the last one right before the half, a 60-yard pass from Burgess to Credo, a beautifully lofted out pass. And Thornton Academy led 46-0 at the end of the first half. As we start the second half, Burgess at quarterback stays on the option, breaks it outside. If he can get a block, cuts back inside, still on his feet, and he gets down to the 39-yard line of Westbrook. A 20-yard pickup for junior quarterback Andy Burgess.
10 yards down the field, Keith Crotto, nice job on a shadow block, blocking out that corner, kicking him to the outside. And a nice first down pickup here for the Trojans. And Burgess having a fine game running thus far.
Doyon comes to the near side, Credo to the far, just underway in the second half. Handoff to the fullback, Rick Carey. He fights for 3. Brought down on the play by Mac Penny, number 56. So Thornton starts with their first offense still on the field. They'll get 1, maybe 2 possessions at tops, and then you will see the changing of the guards, no question about it. Thornton Academy leading 46-0. So Royce to the near, Credo to the far. The pitch goes to Massey, sweeping left. Cuts it back inside, again back towards the middle. And he'll dive forward for very close to another Thornton Academy first down. He should have it. They'll spot him at the 28-yard line. Enough for the chains to move one more time as we start the second half.
Not much has changed here, Jay. Just more of the same. Thornton Academy up front doing the job on both sides of the line and blowing open some huge holes.
Westbrook brings up 9 defenders across the line. They go up the middle with Rick Carey. He twists and turns for a gain of 3. It'll be 2nd and 7 for Thornton Academy.
And everyone right now somewhat subdued with all the excitement going on in the first half. You look up at the scoreboard and that 46-0 score. The Trojans here are going to have their work cut out for them if they're going to get this crowd excited once again.
Well, how does the Nebraska faithful do it? They do this routinely against the Patsies they play in their league. Complete to Sorois. Sorois gets it down to the 11-yard line. Enough for another first down for Thornton Academy. It'll be just short of the 10, so it'll be first down and 10 from the 11. They could pick up a first down before scoring.
And once again, a very disciplined route run by Sorois, drives his man down the field and comes back for the ball, picking up another first down for the Trojans.
Doyon comes to the near side, Credo to the far, I formation in the backfield. Carey gets the handoff up the middle. He fights down as Jesse Dowling does a great job in the middle and making the tackle. Also in there on the stop for Westbrook is number 47, Mike Davis. Dowling getting blocked and still staying in the middle and fighting to make the stop. And again, a 3-yard pickup for Rick Carey, 3 consecutive 3-yard gains on first down. And Thornton now with a 2nd and 7 at Westbrook's 7-yard line. Credo to the near, Sorois to the far side. Credo jumping off sides on the outside, so that'll move Thornton back 5 yards. And one of the few mistakes Keith Credo has made this afternoon.
A little anxious that time by Keith. And Carey receiving that ball had lots of running room on the right side. And once again, you would expect them to get in the end zone because Thornton Academy has not been stopped here thus far this afternoon.
That's a scary point you bring up because Thornton has not punted the ball today. It's 2nd and 11 now as they move him back 5. Summer goes in motion. They fake it. The firing pass for Massey partially tipped over the middle. And a great looking play there.
And Massey was open, breaking right down the middle of the field. And very fortunately for the Blazers, someone able to tip that ball at the line of scrimmage. You have to be impressed with Burgess, the way he throws the football. Very strong arms, zips the ball in there. Has looked really great thus far this season.
Credo comes to the near side. Massey goes in motion. Burgess on a bootleg to the outside. He's going to keep it. He'll get down to the 6-yard line, and it'll be 4th down. And after this week's contest, already starting to look ahead, Thornton back home again as the Marshwood Hawks visit Hill Stadium next week. And a couple of tests in a row for Thornton, games we feel they should be able to handle, but Marshwood and Massabesic coming consecutive weeks, and a big breakout by Trafton. And he gets hauled down by the ankles by the kicker, Massey, as Trafton gets it into Thornton Academy territory down to the 47-yard line. And now Chuck Trafton down on the field, injured. He's holding a knee. Hopefully that young man's all right. Mentioned earlier, their quarterback, their starter, Kevin Anderson, hurt late in the first quarter and has not returned. And now Trafton, who's starting to emerge as a fine return man and a good defensive player, is down on the field for the Blue Blazes.
Well, Massey brought him down and held onto his ankle, and I believe all his weight was put right on that right side, the right foot, and that seems to be where they're paying attention right now. And getting back to next week's contest with Marshwood, Thornton Academy best be prepared because the Hawks gave Biddeford a tough contest for at least the first half.
If you're going to judge them on a half of football, I think you ought to recheck it. Anyone can play a good half of football. Can you play a whole ball game? Marshwood, a strong team in that second tier, though. Thornton now has, to me, put themselves right next to Biddeford. They're neck and neck as the two contenders. People asked me last year, who's it going to be? I said Thornton Biddeford. It sounds like a broken record, but every year it's Thornton Biddeford. And last year, of course, South Portland showed that they were to be thrown in the thick of things, and the Red Riots had an outstanding year, and no one expected Burt Rich to be the player that he was. After a so-so junior year, he came out and just was the elite of Class A football, both offensively and defensively. But when you think Thornton Biddeford this year, it started out Biddeford and then Thornton down a couple of notches. I don't see that anymore.
Well, my point is, you best be ready to play when you come to the field. If you start showing up saying, these guys have nothing, they're 2-4, we're going to smoke them, you're in for a big, big surprise.
Well, the other thing, too, that I'll give you some leeway on is Marshwood plays very well at Hill Stadium. They've come here and beat Thornton twice, 2 different years, and they do play very, very well at Hill Stadium. It seems that the home field advantage means very little in the rivalry that has started between Thornton and Marshwood, because Thornton wins down there and Marshwood's able to win here. This year I don't see that happening. And
of course my money would be on the Trojans, no question about it. They're going to be favored, and especially here at home and the way they performed this year, you would expect them to walk away with a W.
Well, we're seeing the offense today, and let's not forget the defense. The defense whom everyone was skeptical about to start off the season, and with reason to be, has emerged as a very good unit. First down and 10 for Westbrook. Russell, the quarterback, I formation, moving in the front line, and Russell gets thrown to the turf by Carey.
Now it's decent. Well, these guys have the red shirts today. You know, Jay, the thing is, we'll pick that up here for a moment. That will be on Westbrook. Getting back to that defense, Jay, think of the field position they've handed to that offense today. Tremendous field position all afternoon. And when you can walk out as an offensive team at that point on the field, especially with the power they have offensively, they're going to get some things done.
Well, you keep picking up the red. It's the red elbow pads that a lot of the defenders are wearing. There's many now down on the field with those red elbow pads, and that's something you were used to seeing Carey with. The pitch out goes back to Thomas. Thomas fumble!
Jared Trudeau?
He's got it. He's still on his feet. Oh! And a flag will come in on Westbrook for a late hit.
And that is a good call. He did definitely hit Trudeau after he had gone down.
And Trudeau, the ball came out. There was a pop in there. The ball came flying out. Trudeau caught it in the air, and then he was grabbed onto, and he didn't want to go down. He wanted to run the football down the field, and he hauled a Westbrook defender, and we would have loved to see if the Thornton Academy defender, I think D. Simone was with him, if he would have stayed behind him, he might have been able to pitch it to him, because there was only one tackler there to make the play. And they tackle on 15, so Thornton Academy will have the ball first and 10 at Westbrook's 20-yard line. Again, another turnover on the afternoon for Westbrook, their 4th of the day.
And you talk about field position, can't get much better than this.
Chris Sear in at tight end for Thornton Academy on the left side. They go to Rick Carey off the right side. Rick twisting and turning and now pushed back and knocked down. And now we see more substitutions for the Thornton Academy offense as Jared Trudeau comes in, as does Doyon. Carey comes off the field, as does Alex Harder, one of the hardest working linemen in that offensive line for Thornton Academy. An excellent game last week. He's been superb all season long. Burgess with a pitch. They go back to Massey. Massey again cutting across the grain, and this time he stood up after a very short pickup. Trudeau, a fullback of the future, and we've mentioned quite a few times how prolific a runner his father was back in the late 60s, early 70s. Not much footage we had of George Trudeau running the football. A couple of plays are in that 100-year highlight film of number 33, and Jared honoring his dad by wearing the same numbered jersey. This time Burgess keeps it, pitches out to Massey. Massey cuts inside. He's at the 3, the 2, down at the 1-yard line.
Oh, Burgess, a little bit of improvising here.
And that's what we wanted to see. We're seeing this old film, and we love that type of football. And that time Burgess looking for his pitch man. I don't know, did he watch the film in the first half and quickly find out, yeah, I got to think about my pitch man? And he fired that ball out to Massey beautifully, and Massey nearly got it into the end zone. And now Burgess comes off, as does Credo, and we get the second offense for Thornton Academy, number 13 coming in. As Thornton now takes a timeout. And we'll have to check some of the numbers, and new quarterback in for Thornton Academy. Timeout on the field. Our score, Thornton Academy 52 and Westbrook nothing. You're watching Thornton Academy football on CTV 30.
Here's why people shop at La Mer.
La Mer has got not just a good selection of cameras. The service here is simply outstanding.
And what you really want, the best prices. JDC handheld with 8-to-1 zoom and 1 lux, $5.99. Bose 2.2 stereo everywhere speakers, $199 a pair. Or an Olympus Super Zoom 3000 with 38-to-110 zoom lens, just $229.
If the service and the price are right, you just keep coming back.
La Mer, Main Street, Biddeford. La Mer is Maine's low-price leader.
If you live in York County and want local sports coverage, nobody does it better than the Journal Tribune. We do more local sports than anyone, and we do it better. The Journal Tribune is in your community every day with local sports stories. Stories about your family, your friends, your neighbors, and your favorite team. Local sports. Nobody does it better than the Journal Tribune. Call 282-1535 for home delivery of the Journal Tribune.
Back in Saco at Hill Stadium, Jay Harper and Marc Paquet. Thornton Academy with the ball at the 1-yard line. First down and goal to go. As Nate Gooding comes out, the sophomore quarterback. In the backfield, he's got Trudeau and Boudreau in the I formation. The hit-off goes to Jason Boudreau. Boudreau fighting, and I believe he was over the goal line. The referees won't give it to him. He was pushed back, and then he tried to lunge out with the football. They'll rule him just short of the goal line. Great second effort by Boudreau.
Once again, you could not put a piece of paper, I don't believe, between the ball and the goal line, spotting him just short.
The second and goal now for Thornton Academy, as we still have 5:28 to play in the third quarter. Split backfield with Boudreau and Trudeau. They go to Trudeau. Trudeau off the right side. Met hard, but he pushes his way 2 yards into the end zone. And touchdown for young Jared Trudeau, and why not? He got the fumble recovery and got Thornton the football. And he gets to punch it in from a yard out. And Thornton Academy moving on top, 58-0.
You know what that means? Once again, we're going to hear the alma mater, Thornton Academy band.
You think the band knows this song by now? I don't remember one of the highest scores I've seen Thornton Academy put up. I've seen Credo on the high snap rolling out. He's going to have to run it. No one to throw to. Nice fake, and he dances in. Oh, and then a tackle 3 yards deep. What is that all about? My goodness. That's a cheap shot if I ever saw him, because that's where you get a kid. You can hurt a kid, hit him in the back of the legs like that, and Credo's already relaxed, thinking he's 5 yards into the end zone, and the flag does come in. Fortunately, Keith Credo's up and okay.
Well, the part about that that's a little bit disturbing isn't everybody makes mistakes, and it's possible to hit a player late, but then coming up and high-fiving your players, as you said, sending a possible season-ending injury, not real smart football.
Well, Keith Credo certainly just adding to his brilliance this afternoon, and a great fake. He had no one to throw it to, but of course the Westbrook defenders coming at him don't know that. They don't know what's behind him. He made the little pass fake. They bid on it, and then he just danced around into the end zone. As he said, that late hit, that's a very dangerous hit. You hit the guy down on the back of the knees like that, and the penalty will be assessed. So Thornton will kick off from Westbrook's 45-yard line. And Thornton Academy now producing the even 60 to nothing. And I was talking about some of the highest scores I've seen Thornton team score 50, 52, 55, but I don't ever remember if a Thornton team has been up into the 60s or 70s. Of course, we go back to that 100-year film, and yeah, back in the early 1900s, there was a game against a New Hampshire team, 119 to nothing, and a 99-0 win over Deering. And I think maybe these kids saw the film and said, well, we can produce one of those. Watch us. This one a long way from over. And when you put a backfield in of Trudeau, Boudreau, these underclassmen that play defense are outstanding athletes, and they get to run the ball, there's still a lot of football to be played. A fine booming kick, and now the officials whistle it dead. Timeout called by Westbrook, it appears. I don't know. They whistled that one dead just as the ball was kicked off, and the official's still trying to confer and figure out what.
No flag on the field. A little bit of confusion out there. Dick Agresti going to talk to his kickoff team, so there must have been a timeout called by Westbrook.
Westbrook not having the proper people on the field, and
only 10 men apparently. They just shuttled in another player.
And now Coach Agresti gets to talk to his kicking team and uses that to go out and talk it over. Kicking from the Westbrook 45 after the 15-yard personal foul for the late hit, and Westbrook assessed 2 of those in that one series. 2 late hits after the fumble recovery by Trudeau. He was hit late. They tacked on 15 to that, and then Cruddo on the 2-point conversion hit late, and they tack on 15 to the kickoff. And Westbrook, you got to feel for these kids. They're down there playing their hearts out, and they just keep looking up, and there's just nothing they can do to stop this train from rolling over them. 60 to nothing, and you know Thornton Academy will come with all their different defenders, and maybe Westbrook now can get something going for them offensively, get some points up for themselves. They have come a long way this year. Westbrook winning 2 ball games, beating Deering 20 to 19, beating Sanford 21-7, losing to Massabesic and South Portland, both very good football teams, and just coming to Thornton Academy at a very opportune time. You don't say with the run, he gets it out to the 15, and he's hammered down. Check some numbers for you. We can certainly give credit to some of the players down there. Ryan Cody, number 14, one of the players. Gooding might have been in there again. And Thornton Academy will now change up on the defensive side, and we'll try to get as many different numbers in there as we can for you. Ryan Cody will stay in the secondary. Number 15, Chris Sear at defensive end. Middle linebackers, Hedieras and DeSimone. Handoff on the draw to Dowling. Dowling tackled by the new safety in there, Kyle Shaw, number 16, and Shaw comes up, puts a stick in. We'll have more substitutions as Greg Lamar, the sophomore, now comes off, along with Dave Nassy, who had an outstanding ball game today as well. And that'll bring up a 2nd down and 6 now as Dowling picks up 4 on the play.
Nassy and Lamar are 2 kids that have really come on defensively for the Trojans.
Gooding, number 29, also getting in there at outside linebacker. And he's an outstanding special teams man, a great team player. And there he is right up to make a stick. As Gooding comes in on a tackle along with 82 Knox. So Thornton Academy now has the luxury of going to the bench, getting everyone they can in there. Also coming out, Bob Letellier, number 36, and he gets to come in and play at middle linebacker along with Chad Hedieras. Brian Holland, number 31, also in the ball game. As Daniels comes to the near side of the field, and Ryan Cody has sole coverage with him. Russell looking out, firing out for Dowling, and Dowling drops it and then stuck by Gooding. And Gooding with an excellent stick. You know, it's very difficult for me, and it's got to be very hard for Matt Gooding He's 5'6", 140, a senior. He's just an outstanding player, but with the talent ahead of him, doesn't get to see a lot of action. He really stars on the special teams, and when he does get in there, he produces some hits and a great player.
And that's what has to be pointed out about special teams, because when you see kickoff and punting, he is always the first one down the field, sticking the ball carriers, pinning them down deep in their end.
He's blocked a punt this year. He did a lot of good things last year. He played some corner last year in crucial situations, and he makes a tackle, then he makes a good stick on the next play, and outstanding effort. The punt underway, back is Christian Doyon, but he'll let it roll, and it'll be knocked down at the 46-yard line, where Thorn's offense will get yet another possession still here in the third quarter. Our score, Thornton Academy Golden Trojans 60, and the Westbrook Blue Blazes nothing.
You may not think much about the tires on your car until you need to replace them. But why buy new tires when you can go to Fritz's on Route 1 in Arundel, the place to get good, inspectable used tires at reasonable prices? You can trust Dick and John's total 70 years of experience in the tire business. With an inventory of 3,000 used tires, even if they don't have what you need for your car or light truck, they'll find it. Fritz's is state approved for tire disposal, and they acquire tires throughout Maine and part of New Hampshire. And remember, Fritz's also mount and change mag wheels and do custom exhaust work, brakes, and shocks.
Where can you get great food, large portions, and reasonable family prices? At the Village Inn Restaurant in Old Orchard Beach, a year-round local restaurant where we enjoy families, and children's portions are available.
We invite you to consider our private group facilities for banquets, business meetings, clubs, parties, showers, all occasions for groups of 10 to 100. Call today, the Village Inn Restaurant, Old Orchard Beach.
The Trojans take over, first down and 10 at Westbrook's 46-yard line, as Thornton comes out with a whole new offensive set. Letellier, the fullback, and he gets the call and picks up about a yard on the play. It'll be second down and 9. Nate Gooding, Matt's younger brother, is now in at quarterback, number 13. And Gooding getting good chances to play here. He's the only other quarterback listed that I can see. If you look down this roster, I don't know.
Of course, you have Keith Crotto, who's not listed as a quarterback.
He would be the second-string quarterback if a crucial situation came up. The pitch back and a loss of about 7 on the play, as there was nothing doing there. As Sargent gets the call, number 38. And he loses 7 yards. It'll be third down and 15 now for the Thornton offense.
Great surge on the right side of the Westbrook defensive line that time. 3 players knifing through. And that ball carrier for Thornton, nowhere to go. Now we'll have a chance possibly to see Gooding air it out.
High formation in the backfield with Hetty Harris. They go on the option. Gooding keeping it. He's in trouble. He'll pick up a yard, but it'll be fourth down and long. And more than likely, Thornton Academy's first punt on the afternoon. And they do send out the punting team, so with a minute 20 to play in the third quarter, Thornton will kick it away for the very first time on the afternoon. Matt Brochu, number 84, will now punt for Thornton Academy, and a delay of game tacked on against the Trojans. And that is prone to happen when you start bringing in your second and third teams and different personnel. There's not much you can do because not everyone is remembering. Am I on the second team punting team, the third team? Which team? And I remember, my junior season being on some of those other teams, and the special teams, you didn't know if you were on the second one or a third, and they'd haul out the names, and there'd always be somebody missing. As Brochu fields a high snap, some pressure coming in. He gets away a low lining kick, dangerously bouncing through the middle, and Steve Daniels will have to let it roll, and it's spotted down by number 14, Ryan Cody, and Westbrook will take over. First and 10 at their own 25, and still 56 seconds to play in the third quarter. 60-0, and many chances to talk about many different things, Mark. Have you brought your information, and how about those Braves? Or how about those Giants?
It's going to go on the wire.
Tony Ryan, our fine statistician, here with us, and maybe we'll get some insight about the sporting world from him as we progress through this fourth quarter.
Well, I'm pulling for the Braves, but I don't think I can take a whole series of the Tomahawk Chalk.
I'm pulling for the Giants. I went out on a limb and predicted that Atlanta would come back and make it a great race when they were down by 9 games a couple months ago, and I looked very good as they stormed back into the race. And then once the Braves overtook the Giants, I really felt like the Giants might fold. But I didn't say that. I stuck to my gun saying the Giants would prevail, and now I'd like to see the Giants prevail because then I could look really intelligent. Wow. Is that an oxymoron or what?
I don't know. I'm going to stay away from that one.
Intelligent and my name in the same sentence. And that's going to do it in the third quarter. We'll take a break. You're watching Thornton Academy High School football on CTV 30. Our score, Trojans 60, 6-0. Westbrook Blue Blazes nothing. We're back after this.
When you discover Uncle Irving's Variety Store and Restaurant, you'll realize why many people say they have the best homemade food. Easy to reach from anywhere, Uncle Irving's on the Ocean Park Road, near halfway, invites you to enjoy your next meal there in a comfortable family atmosphere. Or you can call ahead for fast takeout, and they even deliver. And when you get the munchies, the Variety Store is there too. So when you put it together, it all adds up to Uncle Irving's Variety Store and Restaurant.
You can do it.
Introducing the latest technology in decorating. Computerized color matching with True Test quality paints. Bring in your fabric, a shutter, or any color sample from inside or out. True Color custom matching and True Test paints create decorator rooms and exciting exteriors. Your ideas and True Test paints. It's the perfect match.
For quality paints, visit Paints True Value, 35 Scanlon Street, Saco.
Back at Hill Stadium, J. Harper and Marc Paquet as we start the fourth quarter. Russell on the handoff, and Chris Sear crunching him for a 5-yard loss as he throws him down at the 25-yard line.
Well, Chris Sear throwing the blocker, coming on him down to the inside and pummeling the quarterback on that play. Great defensive play by Chris.
That'll bring up a 3rd down and 9 for the Westbrook 11. Sear also a senior, plays well when he gets in there and he gets given the opportunity. You remember he had the 2-point conversion reception against South Portland that gave the Trojans the 14-13 win. Russell to pass, got time, fires out in the flat for Yadomse, and a little bit high, and he can't handle it. And that'll bring up 4th down and long for Westbrook, and more than likely punting situation. Even though you're losing by 60 points, it's hard to go for it there and let them tack on more. You're so deep in your own territory, you really have to kick it away.
It's unfortunate for Westbrook, but Thornton Academy has just played a swarming defense here this afternoon, giving the Blue Blazes nothing, nowhere to go.
Brian Cody goes back to receive along with number 46, Matt Libby. And they stand right about midfield. The flag comes down as Gooding went in to block one. Punt bounces, and then it'll roll down into Thornton territory. And it'll be spotted down at the 46. Check the flag and see if Thornton Academy will make them punt it again or just decline it. I say decline it and take the ball there.
Fantastic field position once again at the 46. You'd think they just take the football, and that is indeed what they're going to do.
Maybe learning from that prior loss of 6 yards when they decided to make them kick it again. They didn't gain, they lost yardage. So Thornton starts 1st and 10 at their own 46-yard line. 11 minutes to play, fourth quarter, homecoming 1993. A glorious day for Thornton Academy football, remembering all the wonderful teams from the past and the present, showing themselves a team to be reckoned with in the future when people will look back at Trojan football. Handoff up the middle. Letellier fighting. He'll get 2 yards as he scrambles through the middle.
Thornton Academy now with split end. Number 41, Sean Stetson, a very familiar number to you Trojan fans out there. Sean, some good size at 6'3".
I don't know, whoever wore 41.
You can't think of anybody, huh?
Some kid named LeBlanc? I mean, that kid?
Yeah, he played some fair football for Thornton Academy.
Yeah, fair. That's it. The second down rush for Hetty Harris of Thornton Academy, and not much doing there.
Of course, Matt, you know we're kidding.
Third down and 8 now for Thornton Academy. As Don Jerry brings in the play from Coach Agresti to Gooding. Stetson comes to the near side of the field. Sargent goes to the far side. Actually, Matt Libby, 46. They hand off up the middle, the pitch. And that time it's Sargent on the carry out of the tailback position. And I was fooled completely, but Westbrook wasn't, as they stopped that for no gain in another fourth down punting situation for Thornton Academy. Brochu again gets the punting duty, as the big, tall number 84 will get to kick it away. High snap again, and good thing Matt's got the size. He has to back up twice in a row to field it. It's fielded by Russell. Russell with a seam and then hammered down. Fine tackle by number 71, Neil Maynard.
Ooh, what a stick.
Neil with an excellent tackle on that one, getting a little physical with Russell, who gets the Blue Blazes out to the 35-yard line. First down and 10. And just a reminder, we'll be covering a couple of soccer games this week. Girls soccer game on Monday versus Deering right here at Hill Stadium. And on Tuesday, we pick up some boys action. And very glad to be able to bring some boys soccer action. And the boys here on Tuesday. Not sure who they're playing on Tuesday, but we'll be here with our cameras to cover that. And you can see all that exciting action on CTV 30 as the week progresses. Handoff goes to Thomas. He's got a hole in the middle, and he gets 5 yards. And brought down out there by Maynard, and also number 74 in on the stop for the Trojans. And that's Sean LaChance. Second down and 5 for Westbrook. Russell brings them out of the huddle. Daniels goes to the far side of the field. A handoff to the outside to Thomas, and he's hauled down again by Maynard, number 71, as Neal now asserting himself in that defensive front. And Thomas, a very quick, explosive runner. He has yet really to get on track today, and Udomse got the bulk of the work in the first half, and now it's Thomas getting the call in the second half. Thomas only a junior. He's 5'4", 140. He goes off now, and Udomse comes in to replace him at tailback. Third down and 3. And a mix-up in the middle. And the ball comes free, and then the runner comes out with the football, and be very close to where they spot him. It'll be 4th and less than a yard for Westbrook.
In these times, where can you go and get quality, quantity, and friendly service at a more than fair price? The Captain's Galley, of course. In fact, 2 people can choose from over 10 entrees with dessert included for $10.95 from Sunday through Thursday. The Captain's Galley also has a beautiful new banquet room that seats 90, so make your reservations for those special occasions now.
Bring in a ticket stub from a Thornton Academy or Old Orchard Beach game and get $5 off the regular dinner menu.
4th down and less than a yard for Westbrook. 6.5 minutes remain in the contest. 3 backs in the backfield straight across. They fake, they pitch, and then they try to run. And what kind of call is that on 4th down? Somebody tell me. what that call was. That very, very questionable play calling on 4th and short. And you pitch it, you fake a handoff in the middle and just chuck it back to your tailback.
Well, normally you expect quarterback sneak or straight dive to the fullback, your power back. That play, not having much of a chance.
Thornton Academy takes over on downs. They go to the tailback, Sargent. Sargent fights for a gain of 3 on the play. Good first down pickup. Actually, they'll spot him forward for about 5. So it'll be 2nd down. Get that mustard away from me, Paquet. Yeah, this is a little bit lax time here as Mark's going to eat a hot dog. Why don't you put Tony on and go ahead and eat the hot dog? No problem there at all.
Great idea. Thanks.
All right, Mark's going to take a break. We're going to bring in our statistician, Tony Ryan. And the handoff goes to number 36, Bob Letelier. And Letelier fighting for yardage. He should have enough for the first down for Thornton Academy as they'll spot him at the 25-yard line. And Tony, as we bring you aboard here and let your uncle eat a hot dog, it's kind of one of those games. A great first half, tons of excitement. Now the second half, you just got to play through it.
Yeah, it's really boring, especially for some of the younger kids here. And I know because I've gone to a lot of these at Biddeford. This is really very boring. You blow them out 46-0 at the half, and really just having a second team try and score some points.
And a great run by Letelier as he picks up 10 yards on the carry, and they spot him just short of the first down. Actually should move the chains, it looks like, as he's down to the 15-yard line is Letelier. So the second team now offense trying to get one in, and they're moving the football for the first time in the afternoon. I formation in the backfield. Gooding hands it off to Sargent. Sargent fighting through the middle, and he'll gain another 5 on the play. And Thornton Academy will set up first down and goal to go at the 10-yard line, just over the 10. So Thornton will have to score a touchdown. No more first downs from this point in. And now that second offensive line behind Bryant Maynard. And also Pellerin, the handoff up the middle, and a gain of about 4 on the play.
It was a nice run by Tellier. I think for Thornton to really score here, the offensive line has to push Westbrook back a little bit. On that play, Tellier had to crawl through about 4 guys.
And that brings up a 2nd and goal from the 6. I formation in the backfield. Again, Sargent off the left side. He's in. Touchdown, Thornton Academy.
That was a nice run by Letelier. Sargent, sorry. Yeah, the whole left side of the offensive line just pushed Westbrook right back into the end zone, and he was hit about the 2-yard line, then just barreled himself into the end zone.
Enrack Sargent, a 5'10", 150-pound sophomore, and he gets a touchdown for Thornton Academy as the Trojans go to 66-0, and they line up in 2-point formation. The handoff to Letelier, the fullback. He's going to be very close, and they get him in. 2 more for the Trojans as Letelier gets 2, Enrack Sargent 6, and the second team of Thornton Academy have really put this one up, 68-0, and I don't know if you've been able to see much of Nebraska football, but this reminds me of Nebraska against one of those little weak Midwestern teams that they play, or Florida State, what they do to teams. But this is just one of the more explosive ball games I've seen in high school football with such a one-sided score. It's been a long time since we've seen one quite of this magnitude. Even, Tony, you watching all the Biddeford games that you do, I don't think you can remember Biddeford piling up this high on somebody.
No, even last night, Biddeford controlled the whole game. It was 49-0 the final, but I've never seen anything in high school football, anything of this magnitude. This is really a very big blowout for Thornton.
And again, it couldn't come at a better time. And we said, I know that Thornton Academy is not trying to, make Westbrook look bad, but 100 years, and it's your homecoming, and all the former Thornton Academy football players in attendance, and they just want to go out and play their hearts out. And now with the second team in there, of course, they're going to try to score because this is their chance on the football field, and they got to do what they can. Thornton Academy kicking off. Yadomse and Thomas back to receive as Ryan Cody, 14, kicks it away, and it's fielded by 47, Mike Davis, and Davis slipped down, and he'll be spotted at the 30-yard line. Well, Westbrook will take over. 3 minutes and 54 seconds to play. And the Trojans, a very comfortable 68-0 lead. They'll move to 5-0. And next week, home versus Marshwood. And still interested to find out the score between Marshwood and Massabesic. That'll give us a telltale sign, because the following week, Thornton travels to Waterboro to play the Mustangs before coming back home to face the Tigers. And what should be another amazing contest between the two rivalries. 1st and 10 for Westbrook. Handoff goes to Thomas up the middle. He spurts through and still on his feet. Look out. He gets into the secondary. He's very dangerous.
Well, when you said earlier, quick feet by Thomas, that's exactly what we see there. Very small, 5'4", and I believe they list him at about 140 pounds. But very fleet-footed, quick getting into that secondary, and that possibly could have been their best pickup of the day on the ground.
And Thomas was the starting tailback until the start of today's contest. He's getting a lot of time. Today, mainly used here in the second half. Stop on the play by Matt Libby and Gooding. They go to Thomas again. Thomas fighting through the middle, and not much this time around, as he's stopped by the interior line of the Thornton defense. Jason Cassette, number 80, in on the stop for Thornton Academy. And as you see some of these sophomores, I had the privilege to coach some of these kids in basketball and baseball back a few years ago at the middle school. It's nice to see some of these youngsters starting to make their mark at the high school level. 2nd and 8 now for Westbrook. Fumble in the middle of the field, and it appears Westbrook able to get back on top of it.
Well, that's the second or third time we've seen that this afternoon. A little bit of a miscue between the center and quarterback.
Westbrook visits Chevrolet next week. Both teams getting beat very handily in the previous week. Last night, of course, Chevrolet losing to South Portland 46. And Westbrook, in this one here, will both try to bounce back, and certainly a lot of frustrations. A big stick, and the ball's on the field. It's still loose, picked up by the Trojans. Gooding, he's at the 20, the 10, touchdown. A flag on the play, we'll have to check it.
It's going to be against Westbrook procedure, and I'm very happy for Gooding on that play. He's worked so hard, as we said earlier, for the Trojans. Very opportunistic, and there he is.
All right, Westbrook tried to run the option play, and a big stick, and Gooding able to pick up the ball and run it in from about 35 yards out. And I didn't see who made the big stick that caused the fumble. Catch a number on that one?
I certainly did not, unfortunately. There were a host of tacklers down there for the Trojans.
And we've been singing the praises of Matt Gooding, and you know why. You see it right there. He's always around the football and picks it up and gets the Trojans to a 74-0 lead.
Making the most of his opportunity there.
Handoff up the middle, and he should be in. 2 more. As Thornton Academy 76-0. And Letelier gets his second 2-point conversion rush. So 4 points in the afternoon for young Bob Letelier.
Come to Rapid Race on Main Street, where the beef's freshly ground and never frozen, where everything's prepared rapidly, just the way you want it. Rapid Race, a family-owned business, has been serving Southern Maine for over 40 years and 3 generations. Rapid Race, Main Street, Pepperell Square, Saco.
We got hot dogs, burgers, soda and fries, onion rings, lots of roast, I don't mind. The Rapid Race, simply the best.
Rapid Race, Main Street, Pepperell Square, Saco.
A reminder, at the end of today's contest, we will be picking our gutsy players of the game, sponsored by Wagner's Market, Lincoln Street in Saco. Westbrook trying to break back out, and a fine return out to the 45-yard line for Udomse.
Putting on some really nice moves down on the far side of the field, juking out two Thornton defenders, giving Westbrook some fine field position at the 45.
Well, Mark, we got the dance tonight. Hopefully we're going to attend.
I'll be there. I know that.
I'm still in limbo on my work situation in Portland, and I think I have someone to work for me, so hopefully I'll be able to go over to the Rochambeau Club and get together with some of the old football greats. And this last minute 25, just some of the players that came out today, some of the numbers we saw. Barry DeRocher, a former great from the late 60s. And Thomas, look out. If you don't watch this kid, he'll break one on you. And he runs for 17 yards all the way down to Thornton Academy's 37-yard line. George Trudeau, who we mentioned, number 33, one of the finest fullbacks to ever play at Thornton. And that is saying a mouthful when you think about the fullbacks at Thornton Academy. You got your Lance Lavoie's, your Bobby Giroux, your Art Laverases, and Trudeau many years ago, but definitely one of the power, hard-nosed runners that you'll ever see.
And also a fine fullback that I saw today, Mike Pickard, was a very strong, hard-nosed runner for the Maroon and Gold.
I was told Harry Hedieris made it up.
I saw Harry down there with Steve Fogg and Bill Cadigan during the halftime ceremonies.
And that's a good stick in the middle, and the crowd loves it. Sean LaChance makes a nice stick, and a lot of people enjoying that one as LaChance, the sophomore, makes a fine stick, and that'll bring up 2nd and 9. And yeah, all those names you mentioned that he was with, and of course, Harry, one of the great quarterbacks that come through the doors, but unfortunately never really got to show his talents off. He got to play 2 or 3 great games as a sophomore, and then junior and senior year, getting hurt, broken ankles, ankle injuries, and missing most of his junior and senior campaign, and played the final game against Biddeford, and I know that was a thrill for him. And brother Jeff was a quarterback back then, and that's going to do it. A flag comes in. 2 seconds to play. They're going to call a flag. Let's see. As I know the crowd wants to hold the shutout. Personal foul against Thornton Academy. Somebody overzealous in there.
And they're going to make it exciting for us here as far as if Thornton Academy can hold that shutout, because with that penalty, give Westbrook a chance to throw one in the end zone on the last play of the game.
Saw Dave Lane, one of the outstanding quarterbacks. You talk about quarterbacks.
I missed Dave. I did not see him, and I hope he's there this evening.
One more chance for Westbrook to avoid the shutout, and I know a lot of people now getting up and excited, and you can't help fans from doing this, and everybody wants the shutout on this side of the field. Westbrook was able to avoid a shutout against South Poland in the last play of the game. Now the officials stop the clock, and is that it? That's it. The 100th anniversary of Thornton Academy football is celebrated in prolific style. Thornton Academy Golden Trojans winning in one of their biggest margins of victory since I can remember. Our final score, Golden Trojans 76, Blue Blazes nothing. We'll take a break, come back and wrap this one up, and give you our gutsy players of the game. We will be back right after this.
If you love Chinese food, and who doesn't, the Oriental Express is about to become your favorite restaurant. Newly opened on Route 1 in Saco, the Oriental Express has great Chinese food at very reasonable prices. Eat in their pleasant dining room and no tipping, or call up and take out from their pickup window. The Oriental Express is a place to satisfy your late-night munchies, open Friday and Saturday till 2 a.m. Combination plates always available, and check their weekly specials. From beef lo mein to cashew shrimp, your favorite dish from the Oriental Express. Don't go home without it.
Wagner's Market, 188 Lincoln Street, Saco is your neighborly variety store with all your daily needs in one quick stop. The biggest and best subs in town, ice cold beer and soda, pizza, a fine deli selection, megabucks tickets, and daily specials. All ready for you in seconds for a speedy takeout. If you want to eat in, Wagner's has plenty of space for that too. Wagner's is infamous for its gut bomb sandwich, big enough to bomb any TA opponent or to serve to the entire TA football team who's hungry for wins and Wagner's. 188 Lincoln Street, Saco, sponsor of the gutsy player of the game.
Welcome back to an emptied-out Hills Stadium. Harper and Marc Paquet with you. Our final score, Thornton Academy 76, Westbrook nothing. And Thornton Academy just having a brilliant afternoon. And as we said at the outset, we felt bad for Westbrook, and we had every reason to be, as we saw demonstrated on the field this afternoon, not only coming here to play a heavily favored team, they have to play in front of a homecoming crowd, and then a 100th anniversary celebration in the process with all the greats in attendance. You knew these young Trojans were going to come out fired up, and they did, exploding. And the telltale sign today, 7 turnovers for Westbrook, and Thornton converting all of those turnovers into points, and 8 was called back after the fine return for a touchdown by Crutto on the interception. That didn't count. Thornton had 2 called back today. But great balance offensively, a strong effort defensively. Thornton just doing it all today.
It's funny, you look at the score, you see 76 points, automatically you think offense. But defense, once again, was the story here this afternoon. Thornton Academy's defense just swarming all over the field, giving the offense great field position all afternoon. And, of course, the big boys up front doing the job again. Thornton Academy sticking the ball in the end zone every time they came out. A great job all around for Thornton Academy. Nothing going wrong. They were certainly ready to play football here this afternoon, Jay.
The defense scoring 2 touchdowns. Ryan Summers' interception return for 1. And Matt Gooding, a pickup of a fumble, running in from 35 yards out for the other. And as you said, great field position, allotted the offense by the defense, and the offense exploding. Rick Carey, 2 touchdowns. Keith Crutto, 2. Burgess had 1. Massey had 1. They really mixed it up and gave everyone a shot at it today, and that was nice to see on this celebration. And then later on in the ball game, Letellier getting a touchdown, Sargent getting a touchdown, and really everyone getting involved in this homecoming victory, and you love to see that. And I can't remember the last time I've seen 76 points put up by any high school team in the state of Maine. We were talking about that Waterville blowout of 60-0, and now we got Thornton Academy 76-0, and they move to 5-0 next week. Back home to face Marshwood. And the Hawks, we don't know what they did today with Massabesic. That'll help us out. As you said in the broadcast, they played Biddeford tough for a half, but I don't expect the Hawks to be able to stay with this Thornton Academy team.
Well, how do you think Marshwood is going to feel when they hear Thornton Academy 76 and Westbrook nothing? Surely they're going to say, well, that must be a misprint. They have to be very concerned coming in here, taking on the Trojans. As you said during the game, they play well on this field, but you certainly would expect Thornton Academy to just keep rolling, Jay.
And after that, they traveled to Massabesic, then back home versus Biddeford. I'd like to thank all the people for coming out to this game and all the former Thornton Academy football players donning their jerseys, participating in the parade. It was a great afternoon, a very festive occasion, and Thornton's 93 team celebrating with a 76-0 win. And, of course, that 100-year film is out and about. The alumni office will have copies for sale, and we'll be showing it on CTV 30 down the road. We'd like to see everyone purchase one of those copies for their own enshrinement and their own collection. And very proud of what we put forth for that and brought as many players to the forefront as we could and to celebrate 100 years. And I know we've been very proud this week and really realizing what a special feeling it is to be part of Thornton Academy football. And Mark Pickard, our cameraman, he's donning his jersey, feeling the same thing. And it's just a great thing to be a part of this. And when you see them continue the fine tradition, it makes it even more exciting.
Well, the common theme that we've heard all week, and especially today when I talked to all the players, was pride, that Trojan pride. You get that in very few programs. Look at the amount of people that came back, everybody with stories, proud to wear the maroon and gold, and I'm certainly very happy that I was able to experience playing 3 years of football for Thornton Academy.
If you haven't seen that film, please try to check it out if you're any part of Thornton Academy football, just a fan or a player or a cheerleader or whatnot. It's really special. It was a nice job done by the alumni staff and by our staff at CTV 30. I'm very proud of that. Going to our gutsy players of the game, again, there could be 10 to 15 of them who had outstanding ball games today, but we predicted a big game for Keith Crutto, or at least I did, and he came forward, had a beautiful ball game offensively, a 66 and a 60-yard touchdown reception from quarterback Andy Burgess, and the gutsy offensive player goes to Keith Crutto.
And Crutto is going to have lots of big games down the road once again because, as we stated, you have to stop Thornton Academy's running game in Massey and Carey, as well as Burgess, and then, of course, Crutto has to be double-teamed. You can't afford to let him get too deep, so they have to give him a cushion. He pulls up all day, Burgess with the strong arm, and then, of course, when Keith gets the ball in the opening, just watch out. Watch him dance and work his magic. Super, super exciting player. Congratulations to Keith for a great afternoon.
Yeah, and a nice two-point conversion also for Mr. Crutto late in the ballgame. Then going to the defensive side, a shutout, a lot of big plays. Ryan Summer having an outstanding afternoon with 2 interceptions, 1 return, 55 yards for a touchdown. But we thought about it. Ryan's had 1 this year, and we really were impressed with Matt Gooding. This kid is a special team phenom. He was a lot like DeSimone was a few years ago as a special team player. Now, of course, Josh DeSimone playing on the defensive side and playing brilliantly too. But Gooding is just one of those kids who's always around the football, makes the tackles on the kickoff, on the punts. He's blocked punts this year. Today he picks up a fumble recovery, returns it for a touchdown. Very happy for him. And defensively, I got to go with Matt Gooding.
And I have to agree. And the type of player Matt is, a senior, could very easily complain about no playing time, but he's a role player, a good team player. And I'll tell you what, with the way he plays on special teams at the end of the year in a big game, when you need that guy to step up front, watch for Matt Gooding. He's going to come across for the Trojans and make a big play that'll put him over the top.
A sensational afternoon of Thornton Academy football, and couldn't have come at a more perfect time, celebrating 100 years of Thornton Academy football. Very proud to be part of it. Want to thank our extra cameraman today, Dennis Avery, for helping out Mark Pickard and Tony Alamo here. We had all the boys for this big one, and we got a lot of footage of the parade. Just a wonderful afternoon. Very proud to be a part of it. And Mark, once again, just a pleasure to work with you. And now we can go join some of the other festivities that are happening around and about. And just thanks for being aboard, and congratulations as Thornton Academy moves to 5-0. For my partner, Marc Paquet, I'm Jay Harper, saying so long from Hill Stadium in Saco.